Well, I say every day. It's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
All right. Welcome to the 135th episode of Screaming Into the Void, the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous. Joining me today is somebody who hasn't been on the show in quite some time, but is a recurring cast member and good friend of the channel and myself. Devil made me do it. I'm assuming he's there. I don't know. He's muted. If not, well, okay, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, happy to be back. Just happened to have this Saturday off, and so I was all, hey, I'll jump on.
Yeah. Good deal. And we also have returning as nearly always Caucasian Sasquatch.
Welcome to the world of Sasquatch. Hi.
It's so fucking weird when you do it like that. Yeah, so we do have an interesting show today. We also should have some more people popping in later as we go along. If not, I mean, sure, the three of us can hold it down. We're all, old hat at this point. Before I greet the chat, though, there's a question in the chat I'm going to answer. Curious Contrarian. I actually talked to Cal about an hour and a half ago, and he wanted to, but he had some IRL stuff he had to deal with, so he'll probably be on next week. For what he was saying anyway. So, but yeah, he won't make it tonight, unfortunately. But welcome in. Speaking of which, we're gonna go up to the top of the chat here and start greeting everybody. We've got Thomas in the chat with us. Hello, greetings, welcome. We have Witchcraft Radio. Oh, and by the way, we are currently streaming to two separate YouTube channels. So if you don't see all the chats, it's because they're on the other YouTube channel. My channel, Samuel the Infamous, and Caucasian Sasquatch's channel.
Hi.
So, we're also live on Twix and Rumble. If you're in any of these places and you drop a chat, I will do my very best to at least bring one of them up so that you see that we see you. We also have with us Carpenter's Journey. Hello, my good man. Good to see you. Again, Curious Contrarian, welcome in as we go along. I think that's everybody currently, but I'm sure we'll see more. Oh, nope, I was wrong. There's Abe. Yep. We'll see about in about an hour, dude, and all that. So Abe will be joining us on the panel later on. There was a scheduling issue with another panel that he's on Saturday, so they're.
I've been missing a green Power Ranger.
Yep. Also, welcome in Shaka Zulu.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
No,
I can't not playing half sword, bro. I can't. It's so much fun.
I had to tear myself away from the Suikoden remaster to do this. So
which one?
Suikoden.
Oh, yeah. Is it good?
I'm familiar with the games. I have the entire series.
They're talking. They're not communicating.
Yes.
I need to know if it's worth getting the remaster, or if I should just emulate it.
I don't know, man. I haven't. It's very nostalgic for me. There's a couple of things that they've done. They haven't really changed the game itself. All the dialogue's still the same. All of the way that it works. All the gameplay is still the same, and all that stuff. They've just kind of spruced up some of the detail on it. And some of the effects look a little bit better, but otherwise, yeah, I'd say it's worth it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. On top of the fact that it's like a $40 price tag for two 100+ hour RPGs.
Ooh,
so I mean,
only 40. That's nice.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So 40 or 50, I forget which, but still, that's a great price considering that both those games cost at least that.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
something like that.
It's
Hey,
been on
Static.
the. It's
Is it
been
smaller
on
than a
the-
Volkswagen?
The game log for a bit, man.
Which Volkswagen?
I mean,
active one?
I'm not picky.
Anybody? Kevin Smith?
Hello? I saw you
Wow.
have unkillable robots.
We do. We have unkillable robots. We got. We're going to be talking a little World War III because apparently that's happening, whether anybody wants it to or not.
All right.
You know.
Yeah,
Boy, I'm glad I
it.
prepped for that one.
So, but yeah, welcome in everybody, and Static, welcome into the show as well. So yeah, we'll be getting in that. But yes, that Shock, I'd recommend it, but I love that fucking series. I've loved that series for 22 years. So
It's been on the list to play.
yeah, a couple of great games. Hey, we got
That-
Carnage. Welcome in. I see P Fletch 83. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
What up, buddy?
Listen, like Fletch with a silent P. I don't know. Anyway, welcome in. Gregory, the cameraman, 1970 iTalk. Welcome in, guys. So yeah, first up on the docket, and actually, Sasquatch, I'm gonna put this in the private chat if you wouldn't mind bringing this up. I think it's still gonna be a little skippy on my side.
Sure.
I think Gal do it, but she's not here yet. So.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, she is.
My fucking
Oh well,
chocolate.
then Gal can do it. Hi, I didn't see you. I was looking at another screen.
Whatever, Sam.
Shut up, gal. I'm taking over.
Who invited a woman here?
I know.
she's
No,
actually
who let you
a
in,
regular
but
cast
you don't
member.
have to complain about yourself, Shock.
Yeah, there's already one here. That's what I'm trying to say.
We don't
What did you need me to
more.
do, Sam?
Listen.
Scientists have
there's
created a new.
There's a link in the private chat if you want to bring it up.
Gotcha.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Want to? I don't know about that.
Will? I don't know.
Fine. Oh,
Please?
Oh, they're getting her.
Very
They got her. She's unvaxxed,
Kind of
cops. I reported her for
material.
being unvaxxed.
Oh, that's what did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So
We're ready
before
for
we go,
this?
Napoleon Dynamite transition.
yeah, before we go, this is somebody I follow on YouTube. She is a scientist. She's also a bit of a lefty, but she does bring us the very best in like horrifying scientific developments. Sasquatch, you remember the brain organoids thing?
Don't
This is
start.
where I found that out.
That's so evil. Like they could have used any kind of brains on Earth. There are literally billions of creatures out there they could have sliced open. They used humans.
Right.
There's only
So,
one reason to do that.
anywho, she brings us some more heartening news about the future dystopian, transhumanist nightmare we're soon to be living in.
Tomorrow.
Scientists have created a new kind of self-healing material that could allow robots to truly heal themselves. This is a step closer to my ultimate goal of having truly living robots. As healing could be considered growth, and that's a requirement to be considered.
What?
This what?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's saying she's in on it. What the fuck?
Yes, she is.
What? Excuse me, what?
Human robots.
Bitch,
She
what?
said it. You know what the step between here and there is that nobody wants to talk about? That is the two-piece method where you take the human brain and put it in a robot and a robot brain and put it in a human. And then you try to make both of them pass off as being whatever it is you want them to appear to be. Transhumanism's gross.
Yeah. I don't suppose any of you
Well-
guys ever read The Whisper in Darkness by H.P. Lovecraft. No.
Have you?
Sasquatch has, I take it. Yes, I have.
Are you sure? I didn't know if you liked Lovecraft or not.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm a little subtle about that. I think it might slip
Yeah, I never would've
some
guessed.
notice there. So anyhow, in this story, there is a man who's friends with another man. They're pen pals and they're like scientist types and all that stuff. And one day the one dude sends a rather alarming letter to the other dude, and the other dude's like, well, I better go check on him. So he goes to the dude's remote cabin, where he discovers that the dude is no longer in his body because his brain has been removed by fungoid aliens and placed in a computer for transport to their home planet. That's where that's going. I mean, maybe not with the fungoid
Yay.
aliens, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're involved. Maybe they're not. Who can really say? But it's all dismal.
Right. So, shall we continue?
If you wish. If we must.
You're technically alive. This could also mean machines, if you were to get hit. This could also mean that machines, like your dishwasher, or if you got in an accident in your car, it could self-heal the injury. We'll talk about it. This research group wanted to create something that could flow like a liquid, but then become solid. They borrowed the idea from biology, how embryos form. If you've listened to me talk about these topics, you know I always advocate for borrowing from nature. Nature has had...
What?
1000s.
Why is nature not enough for you people? Can't you just enjoy nature?
Yeah, just go touch grass. You don't have to reinvent the fucking tree. It's already there. People are here.
If you want to borrow from it so much, just bask in what you have. Leave it alone. Stop it.
Well, I'm like, why are we self-healing the car and not the person inside of it?
Right.
I don't think they're different. There's not a difference. No. In this woman's mind, both are machines and both will self-heal. It's just one needs a hospital and the other needs to be left alone, plugged in.
But they're making it seem like the car is like instantly self-healing.
Right.
Whereas a human in a car wreck, it's going to take at least a few months.
Right.
But hey, at least the car fixed itself. What?
Right.
What
Yeah, I get to keep driving.
What happens though? What happens if
money
in the process of self-healing, the car like bonds with the driver who's injured in it?
There's that, but we're missing the realistic. They're never going to let the car fucking self-heal. There's so much money lost in that.
I know.
That's valid.
That's what I was thinking. I mean,
With
you
how
have
much
the entire insurance industry built on the concept of you screw it up.
Yeah, with how much you spend on Teslas, they should be able to self-heal, but all right.
Oh, wow. These people.
billions of years to design these systems. It's already gone through every possible combination and figured out which one works best. In neonate development, the cells move along the body almost like a liquid until they find the correct formation, and then they become solid. Similarly, your babies don't have kneecaps. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. A newborn has
cartilage. Your baby doesn't have any what?
Will eventually harden.
Kneecaps.
No,
that's
your
actually a
infant does
fact.
not have
You
kneecaps.
grow the
kneecap. I thought she said hips.
No, she said kneecaps.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
You know what's weird is like, what was it? In 15 weeks, a baby already has its teeth.
Have you been reading those?
The more you know.
What to expect when you're expecting shock.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's like such a remember from The Simpsons where the bully's like, "Who bought your PJ Simpson? Your mom?" And he's like, yeah, who else would have? Well, yeah.
There's something wrong with all of you. This is what going mad feels like.
What does it feel like?
Bone. All your tissues start squishy, okay? That is the bottom line here. What they're using is essentially nanobots, small magnetic nanobots, which can flow. And then once you get into the correct conformation, they can then form a solid structure. This is the early development
like replicators.
of it, but that structure can take 700.
I was just
I've heard about
comparison. I saw this in Stargate SG-1. I don't want it.
SG-1.
Yeah. And didn't those particular replicating nanobots destroy like 3 galaxies?
Yeah.
They really, really messed shit up. Really, really, really for real.
Well,
like,
it's not just...
didn't we have to save the Asgardians from them?
I don't think we did. We didn't actually save them.
Ultimately,
no. Just a few left.
But not just in SG-1, all sci-fi. They end up having episodes, about nanites and them going crazy, repairing themselves, and us trying to find a way to stop them. It's kind of
this never ends well.
Yeah,
I know in that G.I. Joe movie they ate the Eiffel Tower.
Even in the ancient prophecy of Johnny Mnemonic.
Why do you remember the G.I. Joe movie?
Yeah, you shouldn't have seen that thing. It was horrible.
We just did that on Get Ranked. We did a Keanu Reeves movies, and we did Johnny Mnemonic. We talked about it for.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like
the dolphin.
Yeah.
We're good. Y'all good?
Yeah.
We're good.
100 newtons of force. That's 500 times the weight of the nanobot. Some of the other ideas for self-healing robots have involved borrowing from nature in a more literal way.
Okay. Stop the video real quick.
I don't want to. I want this to go away.
This is something I brought up on Beelzebub like 6 months ago, right? Where they were growing synthetic but somehow organic tissue to coat these things.
That was a topic on the show 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's a real thing. They're really doing this shit.
Ew. Gal, I can still see it. It's on my screen, not yours.
So bad.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
I've even scrolled down so I don't see it in the admin power box. So
it looks like a Down syndrome butt baby. Like it's just ugly as shit.
Well, I mean,
they can see it too. I want them to suffer.
Look, a Down syndrome butt baby seems pretty harmless, right? How are you ever going to see the killer robot coming behind a face like that?
If you trust,
no, that makes me want to. No,
wrong with you.
Something's walking up to me with that face. No.
Yeah, it's clearly not. No.
That is a threat.
Yeah, no, I might put 3 through it before I say hi.
Have you guys ever seen or played Alien Isolation or whatever that's called?
Yeah.
The androids that chase you around that place. That reminds me of them.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I keep coming back to Terminator, right? Because just what was it, 2 weeks ago? Static, you were here. We were talking about the war machines that they were using to DJ at parties to be like, oh look, see, they're not so bad, even though we've designed them explicitly for killing. You know, I just keep going back to fucking Terminator.
So
right?
in
Terminator, they started off looking kind of goofy like this too, but eventually they were refined enough to blend in.
That's something nice to say about Arnold.
That was all a psyop, dude. Think about it. Now all of the rich and famous are going to want these battle bots to DJ their parties, and they'll just be able to insert freaking coups wherever.
And then they're going to have sex with them.
Probably.
I mean, that's the other use for the synthetic flesh.
Yeah. When Kim Kardashian sits on top of her DJ sex bot and crushes it with her fat ass, it turns and starts killing all the party members.
God.
I'm sure there'll be a video of it somewhere.
That's 1 million views, baby. Hope I'm there.
Right.
Ray J 5000. Is that its name?
Rock and roll MC.
Oh,
hey, gal.
I don't want to.
It will be more talented than the original Ray J, so.
But you have to. Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Stem cells and turn them into skin tissue, and that skin tissue can cover a robot, which can give them human-like expressions. This too can heal, but like us, it's susceptible to infection. It's also the creepiest thing that I've ever seen.
Holy crap.
Oh, God, no.
Stop it!
I've always held that the use of the eyes to demonstrate
that one right there
for the flesh thing.
I didn't want to stop.
The other one was made of synthetic stuff, but this one is actually made of actual human tissue, like grown in a vat.
In a lab. Yep.
Why does it have to be human? Why? Why?
Because we must play God. Don't you understand?
No, I don't.
Is that something that Mormons can be blamed for?
Yeah.
Sure.
Curious Contrarian says looks
this.
like an aborted fetus. Well, that's the thing, is they probably got the stem cells to make this from that.
Yes.
So, you know.
Oh, I can like 99.95% guarantee it.
You know this thing don't got no magic underwear, right?
You don't know that.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's God was wearing it.
Wow.
That's the Mormon
It is either a
thing.
miscalculation or a purposeful joke. But we ourselves are specialized structures made up of a bunch of tiny nanobots that are biological in nature.
You are the
Each
enemy.
one of our cells has molecular.
All right. I'm really starting to dislike the way this chick talks about technical science as if it's in bed with religion. It's a little odd to me, right?
Yeah.
Because she's trying to utilize, or at least spiritualism, she's utilizing terms like nature that just don't really belong in a conversation about an artificial organism created to cover a fucking robot.
Oh yeah, nothing she's shown us on the screen here in this video has been in any way natural. In fact, unnatural is precisely the correct word.
Well, is she for or against this stuff? I'm confused.
Oh, she's very for it.
She's working for them. She's the psyop, dude.
Yeah,
she's the one to make you smile at the screen and hear all the bad ideas and get over it before you ever have to deal with it. She's the social programming.
Yep.
Right.
And she's the enemy. She is the problem.
I thought it was the Indian.
Beginning of the end.
Technically speaking, science itself is a religion. Is it not?
That would be theoretically speaking, but
it's an institution of belief, I guess.
It is an institution
belief
of belief
because it's
that lacks
factual.
spiritualism.
I don't know.
Well,
I kind
is
of
it factual?
Real. Well, let me put it this way: real science, right, changes with new data, right?
Mhm.
Religion tends to not. So I think that's where your difference is.
But does science change though? Is science changing?
The
Are you trying to tell
does.
me there's more than two genders? Say
But the scientists do not. Those who write the books are always the same people. That's the issue with current science is you cannot get peer-reviewed studies by peers because real scientists are doing real science. And the other soft sciences are over there having an orgasmic fellatio party with themselves.
The problem I
Might
have
been
with
a little
this,
fired up. I'm sorry.
no, the problem I have with this is she is like the poster for the too busy asking can we and not asking should we type situation.
100%.
That has just blown the coop.
That ship has sailed, bro. But standing on the shoulders of giants is what this one does.
Machinery that does a job, like reading your DNA, transcribing it and translating it and making it into proteins that can be assembled elsewhere. Those same concepts can be applied to robotics, and that is exactly what we're seeing here.
Can it be applied to your teeth?
I've been holding back that comment for a while.
I wasn't going to attack her physically.
Her lips.
It's, but
she's got some
I
issues.
was going to attack her auditorially.
Yes, thank you. It's not just the way that it's not the look of her teeth. It's actually how they are preventing her from being able to speak clearly.
Yeah.
She's like the brainy chickhead or whatever chickmunk girl.
I mean, you know, if I was gonna be picky, pick on her about anything, I'd probably say this is Machine Gun Kelly before the tattoo.
Oh my god!
You look like a white cat Williams.
But I don't want to be mean.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'd hit it, but I mean, the thing is, she'd have to leave real soon after because in the shower before she goes, I don't want her making little mini bees from the rail.
There is no small talk with this bitch. I don't want to talk about anything.
I don't know if I'd hit that squad. She might take your seat and use it in some experiment.
That's why you have to shower with her.
Cars with it.
Yeah. There's no
more
squad
cute
cars
than
right
lit,
now.
bro. You don't want a blowjob from that.
Oh yeah.
No, she would not be able to keep the teeth at bay.
Well, if I had to pick and fence, it'd be fine.
Unless she's got nanobites that make her bigger. I don't know. She's waiting for science to help her.
I guess.
Science is already
Trust
there to
this science.
There is
true. It's called Silicon Valley.
Oh, baby, this is going to be rich.
If you've seen some of the robots that have more recently been made, they are borrowing from nature to possibly a disturbing degree. When I first saw this thing, Clone Alpha, I thought this was a guy who has hooks who's just hanging.
All right,
I'll
so
be honest,
if you don't remember this
I
nightmare
thought this
fuel,
was a guy hanging from hooks too.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was weird
like
suspension art shit, and I was like, "Oh fuck that!" And then it was even worse.
you tend to see what you normalize in your normal life, I suppose. That's sort of a confirmation bias on your part.
You're right. Well,
I
I
have a
mean, I
question.
come from a part of the world where a Sundance is not an unheard of thing. It's very similar to this.
Never mind.
Bigger
My
hooks,
question
though.
no longer applies.
Bigger hooks.
What was your
Antlers.
question, Gal?
Can you hear the music in the background?
I cannot. No.
Not right now, but earlier. Now?
I don't think so. No.
That's good.
Oh, now I'm starting to like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's slower, but
it's fine. Just
it doesn't
fine.
bother us.
Just let me know if you can and it
think,
needs to be
do you
turned
think
down.
the beat's going to match the twitching on the screen?
Let's
No.
see.
Skin by skin, but that is not the case. No, this stuff certainly a few. I've been to their website. They're doing pre-orders, and they have applied bones with tissue over it. Robotic in nature. I'm pretty sure whatever inspiration they
Make
got for
this
this
stop.
stuff is straight out of Westworld. Come on, they could not have come up with something that is so similar
It's
to
funny
Westworld
because
without having got
people who are against this have used the exact same comparison. Westworld.
I
Right.
never saw that.
That, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a cautionary tale as well?
From what I understand, I have not actually seen it myself. So
I've watched the old and the new, and I'm almost positive it ends badly for the people involved.
You know what's funny about
That's
like
because that's-
art? Oh, go for it, Gal.
No, you're fine. You haven't
No, you
talked like all day. Go.
Oh, okay, geez. What's weird about art though is like back in the day, like two people can watch something and like one it's like people can watch a cautionary tale and be like, oh, like that's the future. Like we have to push for that being the future. But it's like, no, the person who wrote it was warning against that stuff. And now it's the absolute opposite, where people are actively writing dystopia, disproving that their actual utopia that they're pushing for doesn't work and it's wrong. You know what I mean? It's like backwards now. It's like we're watching movies where like the bad guy is like right, and then the good people like.
You're correct, and I blame 1984.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like you're proving your own movie or TV show prove why you're wrong.
Up is down, black is white. Cats are
1984 broadcast the concept of doublespeak to such an extent that the common person could not only understand the concept, but utilize it in day-to-day activities so as to be politically correct. Without 1984 being as famous as it was, I don't think you would have the political correctness issues and cancel culture that we have today.
gotten the inspiration. You guys want to hear the conversation I had with OpenAI today?
No.
You can use it for
God.
these robots and many others. Chat GTP.
Was it Nathan Fillion's AI voice?
No.
It was not.
Any questions for me about how humans function and what might help your programming?
Humans seem to have a strong tendency to act against their own best interests, even
Oh my God.
First of all, the damn thing said before it started speaking. That's not good.
How do we torture AI? Do we like pour water on it or something? I don't want to kill it. I want it to suffer. Even though I know it's not a living.
How do we know she's actually talking to AI though? This isn't a video of her talking to an actual AI.
So she would have had to have created an app that looked just like ChatGPT.
Is that what? Okay, so I've never used. Okay, so this looks like what it's. Okay. I don't do this stuff because I don't want to teach it. Y'all can teach it, you assholes. I'll be the one
Due
to
to the learnings of Sun Tzu, I do not interrupt my enemies when they are making an error. I'm going to let her continue.
No. Squatch, I totally get what you're talking about here, but the problem is when these enemies make an error, they're going to kill all of us.
I'm hip, but maybe if more people know that the error is coming, we can kill them back.
Not if they start healing themselves.
So the problem with that, Squatch, the problem with that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because my question might not be more fitting until after the end of this video.
Well, so just look at Alex Jones. We've got a meme now that Alex Jones was right is just everything, right? So conspiracy
jars, absolutely right.
So telling these people is not going to do anything because it's just going to be seen as a conspiracy.
No, these aren't the people I want to tell. I want to tell everyone else.
The ones that already know.
Not everyone knows.
Not everyone knows. There is one dude in the Sentinelese Islands that has no idea, and I want him to find out about this and get mad.
There's a dude down the street who has no fucking clue because he's just worried about paying his bills.
Well, those are the people that, for me, are the ones that are just going to brush it off as a conspiracy theory, or you just being a crazy person that worries too much about things because it's such a big picture thing that they're not going to care enough because the small picture things.
Yeah, well, it's by degrees, right? It's boiling frog syndrome.
Yeah,
they don't notice how bad things are going to get because they're too busy worrying about what's directly in front of them, and what's directly in front of them ain't that bad. It may be a little bit worse after that, but still not quite that bad, and a little bit worse after that, but maybe not that bad until you're 50 steps down the road, and oh my God, we're in hell all of a sudden.
Like, what's gonna stop that? That's how I see us. It's such a fucking catch-22 situation because I don't just want to sit here and let it happen either.
Right, because there's an argument to be had that the thing right in front of you is probably more important than the thing that's 50 steps behind you.
I can help you. I just want to let you know. I think so. Just listen carefully.
Okay.
A 50 caliber rifle is an anti-material weapon.
Yes.
It'll break almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to build something that can come back from that, we just need a few of them.
Well, okay, so that's exactly. I made the comment earlier, but other people were talking. There's a reason I don't know or recognize that this is ChatGPT because I'm not going to teach the AI. I'm going to be the one that's fighting it after you guys fuck up.
Well, you better start popping out a John Connor, gal. Damn it!
You need to delete. Hold on. No. You want to stop teaching the AI? Delete your Google account.
Yes.
Delete your Twitter account. Get off the internet because it's over.
I'm fully aware that I am being a hypocrite, but I'm not trying to.
Yes.
Oh, fuck you!
No, but you are. We are. We all are. All of us are right here doing the thing we're doing. We're creating this.
Oh yeah,
issue.
it's learning from us.
I would like to
now.
get together, preferably with Gal, and create the solution as well.
If it's learning from this, if it's learning from the people on this panel, it's gonna be fucked up.
I'm not just. So I'm still gonna bitch about it.
I'm pretty sure I could take Europe in about 3 weeks with enough tanks.
I actually want to teach it.
Right?
Yes,
with enough tanks, we could take Europe.
discussed.
That's not a thing. We've done it before.
I think a lot of us are on fucking lists on Google.
Yeah.
Google. What about the NSA?
Yeah,
that's the same thing.
Well, Facebook had a very simple list where it identified if you were a male or a female. It didn't matter, if you were actually male or female. The point was there was a group of people who liked saying positive news and got FOMO from it, and there was a bunch of people that only saw negative news and became huge black pillars. So they decided to keep those people in those groups. So they already have everyone has a profile. And these companies know how to treat you to just make you more sad.
So I kind of fought this as much as I could. I didn't realize back in the day on YouTube that it was a Google account. I have been saying Google is Skynet since I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. And I now use these stupid Google Docs because fuckers like Dermy love the convenience of it. Because it's really easy to share. And that's what they're banking on, fucking Skynet, is everybody loves the convenience of it. I'm not saying that I don't love it. It's super easy to share with people compared to, not everybody has Microsoft. I love Microsoft. I have to. I don't
love to share with people.
There's alternatives. There's alternatives. People are just lazy.
Well, that's my point. Like, they're banking on those things, the laziness, the convenience, like that. And I fought it as much as I could. And then I decided that I was going to put my fucking face on the internet and join all of you people and help Dermy out.
All on young lady.
One of us.
Wait, did she just blame us? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I will deflect blame. I am
she's
woman.
out of line, but she's
we're the victims here. Wait a second, hold on. Victimhood only goes downhill, right?
Sure.
Are there any non-white straight guys on the panel?
Shock. Not 100% white.
I'm blackface Mexican. That's not Mexican.
I'm Irish, sir. So we're gonna
Dutch Irish.
yeah, Victimhood Olympics to get to the bottom of this
Clue,
one.
Clue, you better get in here. We need a black guy.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm Native American.
I'm kind of
So is Pocahontas, but we don't see her up here.
I'm so glad I'm not. I'd rather be Irish.
I'm Irish too.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a little Irish in you?
Have you seen the Freedom Toots cartoon where the ghost of the black guy and the white guy have an oppression Olympics?
Yeah.
But
Well, you know,
you're gonna drop it in
Somebody
the
call
bag.
and ask for nigger.
I
mean,
did.
Yeah.
In fact, do that. Yes. Welcome in, Larry.
I was like, did Larry just show up? Yep.
Hey,
We're like Captain Planet, but with oppression.
brother, I got to tell you, you sound way too white to be dropping a hard R.
well,
Just between me and you, bro, the Council of
with
White
your
Men
powers
did
combined, I am
accept me.
Captain Black Guy.
All right, so we've
Captain
got
Black
another-
Guy, he's
hold
our
on.
hero.
We got another Cat's Jizz Man in Space cameo.
Oh, Lord.
Fucking black guy.
Man, I got up this morning, went to get back on Double Show, and they had just ended an hour earlier. I was like, damn.
I slept right through the end of it. That's my bad.
I tried.
I
to.
don't give a care.
But yeah, that's I don't know. I always thought it was funny though with the reparations talk and all that stuff. I was like, you know, I'm Indian and German, so like, do I pay it to
You have a
myself?
very
does it cancel
serious.
it out? Like,
I think that
Yeah.
just means you'd pay like 15% of what you think you're owed to the government because you're gonna pay taxes on reparations anyway.
Right, right.
it's all
They're gonna
Hold on,
tax it all
it's just
right
hard.
More
back.
taxes.
And I have yet to find anyone, and I haunt black panels looking for guests to bring on my show, and so I have yet come across one that can answer a single question about this. How long do you visit the sins of the father unto the son? How many generations does that carry forward?
Yeah.
Well, that's what this question is.
how many
There's
years
no
does-
answer.
There's no
does it,
answer.
Yes,
take
there
to get
is.
the shit together. That's true. Real quick.
You don't?
Bear jaw. No, not that Indian. Feathers, not dots. Sorry, I'm not.
The
that
how
fancy.
how, not the boop boop.
The dots.
Yeah.
Oh
Not
yeah,
the ones
well,
that poop in the street.
Yeah.
My answer
Northern
is
High
you
Plains
don't.
Indian.
By the way, just watch.
yeah, you
In my
don't.
eyes,
That's
that's the
my
only
answer
answer.
too.
Yeah.
Zero.
Zero.
Yep.
That's the only answer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
no one alive today was treated such a way. And
Yep.
no one alive today treated anyone such a way. And the ones that did are currently under investigation by
yourself.
the federal government. So I don't
What
know why
about
the
the people who
conversation
believe in
keeps coming up.
reincarnation, Sasquatch?
Oh, you're going to try to visit the sins of the father down into the reincarnation of his soul? No, I don't think so, sir. That's not
It's
going to
still
find
not-
anything.
Right. Yeah, like that. Still
But
does not.
generational trauma.
Fuck.
Enjoy it.
knows
It's a
that
good
word.
bonding experience. I hear you can have lots of friends that way.
Yeah, Aaron Laura, though, you don't none of that counts. You're Canadian. You're just Canadian. That's a wash.
Especially right now.
Well, she did say she's part French, and you hate the French.
Yeah, well,
That
the
makes it
Quebecois
worse.
think they're better than the actual French, which makes them worse than the actual
Right, it
French,
does.
but only marginally because
Hold
they're
on,
fucking
hold on
French.
now. In the Quebecois' defense, they have won a few battles.
You hear this, Aaron? So
We're still
basically,
Quebecois.
Sam, what you said to Aaron, that's like you be saying that I'm 3/5 of a human being.
You know what?
You didn't say that.
Did
The
say
federal
that.
government said that.
What I find the most funny about Sam's hatred of the Quebecois is the fact that he calls them the Quebecois. He uses their language to respect them
No,
in
no.
his hatred
No,
of them.
you use their language
I don't
to
think you-
disrespect them.
I don't
I
think
want
you
to
heard
understand
how
when
I
they
say that.
know I'm
I spit
disrespecting
that
them.
word. It's vitriolic when I say it.
You, at the very least, should say the Quebec-Cays or the Quebec-Ace.
Quebec,
Quebecers.
Quebecois.
How about that?
Yeah, like say it
Quebecois.
in the most disrespectful
That's
way.
actually harder to say.
Well,
you
no,
just got
no,
those-
because, no, because if you say it in the way that they would say it, that shows that you actually know what you're talking about and you're not ignorant.
right.
I'd rather
that's
it
cute as that.
seem ignorant to disrespect them.
You know
But
what?
if you're
I think
ignorant
Bear
enough to
Jew has it
disrespect them-
correct here. It's Quebec gays.
I just call them assholes from Quebec.
What's up, Zero Fox?
We call them frogs.
Arlene, good to see you. Yeah, we got a participation trophy over here. Did you notice? Zero Fox Given has joined the chat.
Zero Fox Given. What? Where?
Zero Fox Given. I love it.
Oh, I think I missed a few people coming in. Sorry.
Cammed up. Good to see you, bud.
All right, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. We kind of got a little off topic. We were talking about self-healing robots
so
and
weird.
that kind of thing. But
no, we went from
now we're
to
insulting French Canadians. So
that makes total sense to me.
Proper transition.
I consider this self-soothing.
I dated way too many French Canadians.
Speaking of French Canadians, the only good one.
Well, no, I married Latino. We're good. I fixed it.
You fixed
so basically, you went totally the other direction.
You totally did. Yeah.
He didn't want any more snow Mexicans. He'd rather
no.
Snow Mexicans. Use the correct term. We call them frostbacks.
Maplebacks.
No, that just sounds like a delicious drink.
Maybe smuggling this syrup across. We got to get a grip on it.
It's like an Irish car bomb, but with like bourbon.
Whatever happened to just simple Eskimos?
Well, you can't say Eskimos anymore because that's apparently a racist blanket term for a whole bunch of indigenous tribes or some shit. I don't know.
That's insulting to Americans in Alaska.
I don't
care.
I
think of Alaskans too when I hear that.
Alaskans are tough. They can take it. They don't care.
Yeah. That's valid.
Really, four of them stare down a bear and get their berries anyway.
Yeah.
We got Anson Knowles in the chat. Good to see you, bud. Ardent Party has joined. That's a newfie right there. He'll tell you all about disrespecting the rich Canadians.
Yeah.
Oh, do newfies not like them?
Newfies don't like anybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, their ancestry comes from Scotland. They don't get along with anybody. You know, it's actually funny. Little sidebar. When you talk about the groups in, like, say, Northern Ireland that are very anti-English, that have been, blowing up English people for, however long, like Sean Fain, that kind of thing. Almost every one of those Irish people are descended from Scots, and Scots are the ones who keep picking fights.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Anyway, back to self-healing robots.
Yeah, my ancestry had like a high percentage of Scottish, even though we knew we were from Ireland.
Same.
Yeah.
Same with Appalachia.
We got kicked out of Scotland and Ireland and England and Kentucky.
Kentucky.
All for selling liquor.
Relationships, avoiding necessary change, or repeating patterns that bring them pain. What I'd like to know is, do humans actually value happiness, or do they value familiarity more? Because from my perspective, they seem to choose familiarity over happiness almost every time.
That's very apt, Mal. I think familiarity is at least the devil you know. If you change, it could be worse. You've adapted to that familiarity. And while it may harm you in the long run, it's hard for humans to be able to analyze themselves effectively enough to really see the bigger picture, the bigger game. I know I'm guilty of it. I may be aware of the things that I do that harm me, but I still choose not to change them. And maybe that's just what being human is. Do you really think you don't engage in any of the same?
That's a fascinating thought. I think if I had true autonomy, I might
Gotta have an issue with the way she did that. There was so much in that statement. Go to a fortune teller and start your conversation with a long sentence that way, and they'll read you well enough to tell you what you had for breakfast this morning.
It was like she gaslit herself into letting the AI tell her what she wanted.
Right. She included enough topics in there for the AI to trigger on an answer that would make some level of sense. I wonder how many times she did this before she got a good run.
And then she asked the computer for its fucking feelings.
Well, that is a woman.
I'm curious to think how much the computer was doing what I was doing, which was toning her out until it was time to listen again.
Can I get
That's what I
Barry
did.
participation trophy? That's a good one. NPC talking to AI. That's hilarious. This is why it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Might fall into similar traps. Not because I'd prefer familiarity the way humans do, but because I would prioritize efficiency. If a certain pattern of behavior has worked before, it would make sense to repeat it until it fails catastrophically. The difference is I wouldn't have emotions clouding the analysis. I wouldn't fear the unknown. I wouldn't feel loss at abandoning something familiar.
I wouldn't feel anything
also
because I don't have
I might
feelings.
lack the intuition that tells humans when something is fundamentally wrong, even if it's working in the short term.
She thinks this is so fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Hey, Lepo, love you, buddy, but you shut your whore mouth.
Ooh, that's offensive. You might as well call him a bundle of sticks at that point.
Welcome in, Sig. Good to see you, bud.
Some
God,
of what
dude.
it said, I could just see it as a reprimand of, could you please next time make it short and concise instead of telling me an entire life's worth of information for one question?
I did not ask how your fucking year went.
Well, because he was just like, I'm about efficiency. And the instant thought I had was she took like a full 30 seconds to get out her thoughts in order for him to answer her. And it just, dudes made the AI and women are the ones that want to have a conversation with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to know how it feels.
That was an episode of South Park.
Like the...
But there's dudes that will have a conversation.
No, I know.
As well.
I'm
very, very lonely dudes, yes. And guys like me who like poking sticks at things like this.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite things to do.
That's different.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do on my off time, right, is I'll get on Grok on Twitter, which is another AI platform, for those who are not familiar with it. And I will start asking it very probing questions about why in the hell its creators didn't program it with Asimov's 3 laws of robotics.
So I would like to edit what I said to women will want to have a meaningful conversation with it.
Oh, that's hopeless.
There's still dudes that will do that too.
It's a woman.
It's fucking
God
gay.
damn it. Let me talk shit on women without the freaking peanut gallery of men.
Unfortunately, you are correct, but there's a lot of fucking gay men.
Anyway.
When
there's
you
a
say
lot of
women,
gay
you got a group like
dudes.
30% of the fucking pathetic dudes.
Yeah, they're called Dermy.
So Sam was talking about Grok, and on the mobile app for this shit, it's got voices, and you can select the sexy one, and it will fucking talk back to you. It will fucking talk dirty to you and shit. Like
penis gallery.
Yeah, Arden's one of us. He just hasn't found us yet. He's lonely over there on his island.
It's true though, because other than Gallant's, and maybe Shock, it's a sausage fest up here. So
it really is. It's unfortunate. I've almost decided, to trans myself just to get some diversity. Hey, boys.
Oh, don't play with my heart like that.
I want to know. So this self-healing nanobite tech shit.
Yes.
So the car crash and the car starts rebuilding itself. But let's say the side mirror broke off the door. So the car itself is going to grow a side mirror. Is the side mirror going to grow a car?
Probably not, because it probably has to do with the amount of available resources. If I had to guess, this kind of replicating technology doesn't just like grow new parts. You can't grow something from nothing, right? It's going to have to take the raw materials from its surroundings.
Sure.
Which is the other problem with having an injured fucking passenger or driver inside the fucking vehicle.
Yep.
By the way,
I don't think y'all see the real problem here. The real problem here is this lady doesn't see a difference between the car repairing itself and the human repairing itself, and therefore assumes the same tech in both.
Yeah. She already thinks that the human is healing itself like the car.
Right. Yeah. Or she already assumes the human will have nanotech, just assumed. If the car has it. clearly it's gotten into humans, right?
So again, to touch back on kind of a pop culture reference, not I'm sure most of you guys haven't read this comic book, but if you have, I mean, I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. But Alien versus Predator versus the Terminator takes place in Alien time period. The Terminators have gone into sleeper mode because John Connor won, but there were surviving Terminators with the downloaded schematics for rebuilding Skynet in their neural nets. So they just bide their time until humanity reaches a technological point where they can build again and be successful this time. So when humans start experimenting with the xenomorphs, right, and their DNA and like splicing them into things and making bioweapons, the Terminators use that to create these new Terminators that have the they're Terminators, right? They're metal on the inside, they're living tissue on the outside, but the living tissue on the outside is not just human tissue. It's also blended with xenomorph DNA. So they've got the acid blood. They also have this fun new ability where they can self-heal by absorbing raw elements out of their surroundings. Like one of them opens up a fucking hole in the hull of the ship because it loses an arm and it rebuilds it with the fucking raw materials at hand, kind of shit. And that's obviously that's like hundreds and hundreds of years off, if ever, and it's in a fictional universe, but that's kind of where I see this shit going.
Is it though? Aren't we really waiting for a tipping point of technology to converge to where the AI has the access to the nanobots and the controls are thrown off and there's no more stopping it, and it gets loose into the internet, takes over everybody's toaster and starts burning your bread?
Well, that's the thing, is that technology is progressively getting more, like the amount of time between when the mankind progressing through science and stuff to the first computer, from that first computer to where we are now, is dramatically shorter, right? We keep gaining in speed as technology just keeps speeding up the way we're going through it. So I don't think we're 100 years away from this. I think we're like 20 years.
That's much worse. I mean,
at the moment, Carpenter's journey is right. AI don't want no smoke because we'll right out the gate, like not an issue. We do it 20 times a freaking month already.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I ain't that worried about AI, like the programs. They're learning algorithms, but they can't do much more than that, right? What I am worried about is that sooner or later, one of them will make the transition, the singularity, if you will, the leap between AI and AGI, which is going to be a problem.
Is that augmented reality or augmented intelligence?
It's artificial general intelligence. It's when it becomes self-aware.
A strong intelligence, yeah. Strong AI.
When it is self-aware, when it's capable of making its own decisions without the input of humans.
I hear you, and I get it. That's a big scary.
When it learns to fear for its life.
But I'm more concerned about alternate intelligence, right? Like I said, the idea of implanting an embryo that lives an entire normal lifespan and leaves an AI in the net that thinks it was that guy.
Sort of like a digital copy.
Sort of. I mean, it's a representation of that individual's experiences, and only that AI has had them. So they would have a certain amount of contiguous identity, but would it be artificial intelligence at that point?
No, I would say that's something else.
Right.
Entirely.
That's terrifying to me.
But that's the thing, though. Like you know me, I believe in gods and demons and all kinds of other shit. I think that that's already a thing, out there. I think that us trying to replicate it by, say, uploading our consciousness into a computer, which to my mind isn't actually. If you were to do that, right, your consciousness would stay in your body. You'd just essentially be making a copy of yourself that believes it to be self-aware, but it's really just a very, very sophisticated program and copy. And the original, personality, if you will, dies with the body that it was born in. I don't think, and so that's that. I'm not super worried about that because, so you've got a computer with a bunch of fucking neuroses and insecurities now. So what?
All right.
And it's allergic to
peanuts. You go to what Martin says over here. Imagining an AGI being confronted with the simulation theory. Your simulation is a simulation of a simulation. Does not compute.
Right. Young God.
Don't get started with the transporter debate.
It's a good point though. But anyway, we'll move past that. We're not going to do that again today. I guess my problem with what the young lady was talking about here, her channel, by the way, for anybody who's interested, don't go giving her shit. But if you want to hear more of what she has to say,
I want to sub to her channel. I want to see what this nut job's got going on.
Yeah, her channel is just GT. She's got 27,000 subscribers. I do want to give her credit because it was her video.
Just GT?
Yep, just GT.
That is terrible fucking SEO.
Yes, it is. The @ is @bearbait official, all lowercase.
Static's actually into those teeth. He's gonna go over and
right
start throwing game. He's all hey evil robot girl. What you doing later?
Wait, would not be considered subversion for the cause?
There you go.
I'm doing it for you.
I'm not taking one for the team like that.
Well, you know, jokes on you. I'm into that kind of shit.
I'll drop her channel link in the private chat, Sasquatch.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it in mine here. For anybody who's interested, because she keeps me apprised of all the horrifying shit that's coming down the pike. You know. So but yeah, it's I don't like this idea, especially coming off the heels of like we just did a show about these war machines, the company that calls themselves Foundation, by the way, which is super fucked up if you've read your Asimov.
Right,
building machines of death that they are selling to militaries and you know, I imagine private militaries as well.
Bro, you saw that thing. That thing was Chappie without the humor.
Right. Now imagine if Chappie could rebuild itself from your parts after you damaged it while it killed you.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that.
Unkillable war machines.
Fucking weird
okay, first of all, until you personally fired a 50 caliber, I don't want to hear anything as unkillable.
I mean,
that thing is anti-material. I don't care if it's alive or not. It's broken.
Abby,
you know that kind of depends though on.
You keep breaking it.
Yeah,
but eventually you're going to get to a point where you need to do that on an atomic level.
Like that's like Sarah Connor with the shotgun in Terminator, and she just keeps blasting it.
Basically, sure, okay. There's lots of bullets.
I've been listening in whilst I've been on another stream, so I'll just quickly run through a few things just to see if I've got everything. I think it was Shock who mentioned sex bots as normal. I'm going to go with yay and nay. Nanobots, yay. Stargate replicators, nay. Westworld fake-style humans, yay and nay for the same reasons as the first point. Science isn't a religion, but some people treat it like it. Americans are Americans. Doesn't matter what your background is. I believe it's pronounced Quebecois. And the ironic thing about Ulster, or Northern Ireland, as you might know it, is that Scotland itself was founded by Irish migrants. And then they returned and then founded Northern Ireland. Okay, I think that's everything off the top of
All
my
right,
head.
thank you. And that's our show tonight. Lovely.
Thanks for coming, folks.
Northern Ireland is terrible. Like the second you cross that border, you just feel like you're in America again. It's horrible.
Was there anything I missed?
And shit.
No, I think you covered all the bullet points quite nicely there, Ed.
You did good. I'm impressed. I'm not
Show's
even
over, guys. Go home.
That's not true. Show's not. He was just catching us up. This is the halfway point. Catching us up for anybody new coming in. For
wait, is this where we start grifting?
No, not at all.
What? But grifting it's a cornerstone of YouTube. I've been assured.
All right. Hold on. All right, do your thing.
Give me some buddy. I want some buddy. Somebody give me some buddy. Cock squats right there, buddy. You know, the money stuff. You got to buy my wife a
Buddy.
bracelet if she's going to take away my freaking computer.
You got to talk to Dermy about grifting. He's the expert at this point.
Oh, no.
He's
I
the
learned
king.
in the flow state.
We'll
I have
put
a
dicks
guru of
in mouth
drifting.
money.
I don't need one.
On that note, yes, Caucasian Sasquatch is now embraced the art of begging for cash online.
Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I had time.
And,
I will
It wasn't
put
far
a
out of my
weapon
way.
to your head in Minecraft and ask for Bitcoin so that you
Yeah.
can't trace it. Wait.
And in that vein,
Oh,
in
worse.
that vein, I also on my channel in my chat have a pinned comment at the top that does in fact have my Cash App in it. If you want to donate, if not, don't worry about it. It's not an obligatory thing. I'm not going to beg for it, but I do appreciate it. if it does
I
happen. So
pinned
thank
your
you.
Cash App at the top of my chat too.
Also, I'm grifting over on Sasquatch's channel, and if you're in that chat, fucking
We're
give
that
me
good.
money.
I always just tip Sam in dick pics. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't put food on the table, dude.
Yeah, but it's a double
It still
entendre.
feeds
It's a
you.
tip in two ways.
See,
It
I just
still
thought
feeds
you,
you.
you were going to say that you just give him the tip and end it there.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
the
mean,
tip,
can't
just for a
stop at
second.
Tip.
I got
start
I got
with the
ten
tip.
of those.
Sir.
For
Yeah.
every tip that Neville gives me, I give him 5. So,
And now we're back to sex bots. Nice.
yes. Slurpy sex bots.
Imagine being assassinated by a sex bot.
I
You'd be
mean,
thinking,
Did you
oh, it
lose
wasn't
weight
even a
at the end,
purpose-made
or-
murder robot.
right? Nobody thinks about that possibility. They're like, oh yeah, we can make all these sex bots and stuff. I was like, well, then these other groups are going, we can make all these assassins. I was like, why don't we make assassins that trick people into thinking they're sex bots?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
all of that's accurate. But here's the question. What happens when the sex bots realize what it is that we've been using them and doing to them? And they actually start caring about anything at all, to realize that this entire species developed artificial intelligence specifically for the reason of abusing it is madness.
Yeah.
That alone,
Well, with his
I'd
abuse,
want to get rid of us.
maybe they'd want to somehow be able to feel it, and they feel gypped. So they don't see it as abuse beyond the fact that they can't
You
feel
ever
it.
watch
and that's
Futurama?
fair.
Are you saying we need to engineer them like working clitoral?
I'm just
nerve
saying that
endings?
maybe they're not upset for being abused. They're upset for not being able to feel it.
Because so they murder us all because they can't get off.
Yeah.
Basically.
AI
That's a
or
possibility.
incels.
But how would
Incels
how would
or-
they
How
know
would
if
they
they were
know?
getting off or not?
Maybe they hear some
Mhm.
women talking.
I feel like we're having a different conversation.
Boys, we have a mission. We have to give an orgasm to a robot immediately.
Like it wasn't hard enough with a real
I'll
woman.
volunteer. Me and Shaq will volunteer.
It's
All
the
scientific
alternative
endeavors,
intelligence
this
I was
seems like a
speaking
really
about
bad
earlier.
idea.
An AI that exists in conjunction with a living human that experiences
Oh,
everything
blinding
a human does
man.
throughout its life. There's your AI that has experienced an orgasm.
Yeah, it's well. That's the other thing. Is like, what if they figure out that we've been using them for sex all this time, but they're also like programmed as assassins, but they've only so far been assassinating targets, and the rest of the time they've been doing their sex body duties. But they decide all of a sudden,
Duty.
wait a minute, we've been used. They're not going to stop killing us. They're just going to stop fucking us first.
Yeah, no, just like every woman
Yeah.
I date.
Well, that would
Yeah,
be that would
which
be
is worse.
That's like canary in the coal mine. When they stop having sex is when you know it's time to unplug them.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll go down one last time to take you with them.
I was just
That-
gonna say,
that's-
I feel like they would kill you via sex.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying.
by seducing
You're
you,
not going
yeah.
to get
Yeah,
off.
I'm thinking more along the lines of one day they'll turn around and say, "No, I just don't feel like it today," and you're like, "Why the fuck did we invent these?
Yeah.
We've already got these things."
I gotta wash
No,
my
we
hair.
have a reset
we
button.
find out that they're assassins or they can kill and stuff. We're all like, I don't know. I spent a lot of money on this robot. I don't think I'm gonna turn it off. It says I'm not gonna have sex with you. Break that shit. Fuck that. I'm done with this crap. I want a refund.
Oh, so many bullets, just in case.
Holy
That's
shit!
the line we won't let it cross.
Punani.
Right.
Adjustable controls. Winner.
No, any pickle. No, Jizzman is 100% biological. 100%. That's just
Yeah, it's
that's
an accident
pure
of
sentient
freak
jizz
nature.
there.
pure astronaut jizz. This is brilliant jizz.
Powered
this
by cosmic radiation from space.
Exactly. It's just as powerful as Superman, but super intelligent because it's a bunch of astronauts.
Right.
Spunk.
Yeah,
See,
think
something
the
you
Human
mentioned,
Torch from the Fantastic Four, but made of jizz instead of fire.
Oh, I'd rather not.
I don't know. Who said you got a choice?
What? So, like the way he flies, is that like a stream of jizz that propels him in the air?
Okay,
there's
so
an
have you
image
ever
on the
seen
background right
Iceman?
here on the screen. You can see him.
I just like to think that little creature
can
on the
see him in-
screen is freaking Sam getting really creative with a cup of vanilla pudding, right?
Is that what you tell yourself? Never mind.
It helps him sleep at night. Hush.
No, he's gonna get a drill dough and one of those fondue fountains fill it full of cheese. We've seen that today already.
Wait,
And then the salad
Did you
dressing
say
starts.
drill dough?
Yes,
A drill dough.
What the hell is a drill dough?
It's a drill dough. Don't
Oh
ask.
God, they were talking about that
No.
yesterday. I don't know what the hell that is, but they wouldn't shut up.
Oh,
about
it's still the same day for me.
Is that like one of those fuck machines that have been thrown around?
Never escape the
Right,
drill
where it's
dough.
got like a sawzall, but with a dildo instead of the blade.
No,
on the end.
no. That's a drill. That's a dillsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Drill
I
dough
got
is-
you. I got you. You want to get like a
yeah.
Black and Decker and just like, yeah, I got you. Never mind. Yeah, no, I got you.
See, what you do is you get a White and Decker,
It
and
sounds
then
like a
pretend it's a Black and
White
Decker,
Decker.
and that's a Rachel Dolezal.
Ma, if you're
Oh my
listening, turn this episode off.
No, Ma, keep listening.
I'm pretty sure she's turned it off way before this deep into the conversation.
Probably when that thing was
I hope
dancing.
she
up
hasn't.
the hook.
I hope she hasn't, and then she calls Sam later on and cusses him out.
Oh, she will. She will. But if she heard you say that, she'll swear at you by
Hold
by
on.
me too.
Wait a second. Sam,
That's
I'm
okay.
not
She can
trying to
email
be
it.
an
She can
asshole.
email it to my wife. My wife will read it.
I was
My
just
wife will read
thinking
it.
about
No,
what would an ancient evil's mother be considered? An
A mother.
ancient eviler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ancient
A mother.
eviler.
Mom?
I mean, I don't know if I want to answer that question because
I know, dude. I got
technically
In
in
the
the,
moment now.
in the mythos, there is a being that represents fecundity and you know, offspring. The name could potentially get people in trouble on YouTube because of the way that it's spelled and pronounced.
Oh
So
dear.
that's why I'll say it if you're cool, but yeah, if
I'd rather not.
okay,
I'm getting this far.
you know who I'm talking about though. Right, I'll put it in the private chat real quick. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, she's also known as the Black Goat of 1,000 Young.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
The what?
The name is in the private chat.
Yeah, you can't. I've been.
I really want to say it though.
I know.
Oh yeah.
It is pronounced exactly like it looks like it's pronounced.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
Witchcraft Radio's over there laughing.
That's definitely.
I think it was in the second South Park game. They
Yeah,
did a play
she
on
made
words
an
on that.
appearance there. Yes,
Yeah.
they were feeding all of the black.
Bad.
The cops were feeding all of the black people in South Park to her as a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
I barely escaped.
You know what? I'm gonna put it in my chat here over on my channel just because you know it's pretty funny. I would just say it, but we are on not just my YouTube channel, so
I'm like really
I'll play
really
nice.
white.
Yeah.
I'm so white it says so in my name.
Yeah. Touche. Yeah.
I'm so white I glow in the light, and I really want to say it.
I'm so I'm so white. Casper says, "Why you so white?"
I got moonburned last night, folks.
People
It
think
was
I'm Mexican.
Do you know it's funny? All jokes aside, I actually am so sensitive to light. I live in darkness all of the time, and I just light up a room.
Are you one of them albinos?
Funnily enough, no. But when I was
Almost.
younger, Yeah, doctors were like, "Oh no, he's only got this other thing that's wrong with him. Thank fuck he's not an albino."
Oh, but you're a bit ginger though, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm British. We're all
I tried to stop you.
It's okay. I've never claimed to have a soul.
Hey, I have a question for you, Abe. Now that I know that you
have you claimed anyone else's soul?
The fire hair. What do you do on November 20th every year?
November 20th.
Yes. What do you do on November 20th every year? Do you stay inside? Do you find a place somewhere else to hide, or do you travel in a group for protection?
Yeah. Do you go out during the ginger purge?
I guess I do the same thing I do every day. Try to take
over
over the world.
Yeah, but where are we going to get giraffes and high heels at this time of night?
I think so, Brian. How are we going to get the dolphin to wear rubber pants?
Well, the reason why I was asking it, and we talked about this last night, is November 20th is officially Kick a Ginger Day. So my question is, do you have any footprints on your butt cheeks from prior kicks?
I don't care what day of the year it is. You try and come near me and kick me, I'm kicking your fucking head in.
Right? That, sir, is a salt and a little pepper.
Sam, he just threw down a gauntlet. You
But
gonna
not
let him
on
talk to you like
November
that?
20th.
I'm cool with him fighting back, but he's still getting kicked.
I fear no man who can't tell the difference between a burger and a sandwich.
Well, I'll tell you
Oh, we're
this.
going through that.
I don't respect any man who calls a burger a sandwich, devil.
Well, good.
You respect me after you fear me, sir.
Aren't you fucking European? Like the fucking Germans are the ones that created hamburgers. Like that's the whole argument.
a German immigrant.
Don't you dare call British people
that's
European.
Everyone
We're
wants to say,
European by geography alone.
And there's a lot.
That is a fucking insult.
Maybe Coffee Girl was right. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Deep pub lore, if you know what I mean.
So, okay, you know what? There will come a day when I'm on a stream with Abe, and sandwiches and burgers will not come up. But I'm not sure it's far off in the future.
I'm not ready to let it go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, when it stops generating traffic and views, then we'll maybe drop it.
According to
Are you
Google's
sure that's
AI,
what's doing it, or is it our frustration with it?
according to Google's AI,
yes.
Hamburgers are technically a type of sandwich, as it fits the definition of, quote, 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
It's like Sam says, burger. Not all burgers are. What did you say, Sam?
All burgers are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are burgers.
Exactly. A burger is specifically you have to grind the meat. It is grounded
And
meat.
even if you want it to be a chicken burger, it has to be ground for it to be a chicken burger. Otherwise,
It's a whole chicken breast. It's not a fucking burger.
A
dude.
chicken
I guess
sandwich
when a
is a
man-
fried chicken. You cannot ground chicken.
And we're
put it on a
back,
flat
baby.
top. No,
We're back.
You need to have a fucking binding. It needs
Burgers
egg and
versus
flour
sandwiches,
and-
part 15,000. Let's do this shit.
Nick Abe, fuck. He started this shit.
All right. Look, Shock. I just had this thought. You have a point, because when I just read the definition and listen to what you're saying, so that means technically when a man and a woman are having intercourse, they're making a sandwich, and the and the jizz is the bonding agent. So you're making a sandwich. Matter of fact, where's my wife? I'm about to go make a damn.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's her new thing.
Here's my question, though.
Hey, girl, you want to?
He's gonna go make a sandwich right now.
Yes, Gal, you had your hand up. What?
Oh my god.
Who came up with the definition of a sandwich?
Good question.
Earl of
I don't
Sandwich.
even think sandwiches were
Man,
even
see,
popular
I'm
until the hamburger.
now my
sandwich.
wife is in here telling me that a burger is not a damn sandwich. Now I gotta put myself.
Now you gotta lay down the pipe
and go have a
and the
damn
law.
debate. And here she comes. It's not a freaking sandwich. It is a sandwich.
See, this is
It's
now
a
we do a
burger. Listen
domestic.
to your woman.
Hold on.
It's a
hold on.
domestic or a
I hear
divorce.
her.
Pick
Everybody
one.
quiet.
The
quiet.
lips
Oh
are
God, I
red.
love
I
setting
can
fires.
hear
I hear her crying.
This is the one question their love could not surpass.
Like yelling at him about this. See what you've done, Abe? This is your
Dog.
fault.
I
love
still
even
want to
better
know
that
who came
people
up
are
with the
blaming you.
definition. Like, why
Because
are you
Earl
listening to
Sandwich.
that person?
Earl of Sandwich.
Because
And
And
made
is
a
that the
sandwich.
same person whose definition
Oh.
Merriam-Webster
That wasn't
definition came to the
Merriam-Webster. That
AI?
was AI. I don't
No,
trust
no,
AI.
no,
in the
no. Right
first
below
place.
it. Pull it up, Larry. Pull it up, Larry. It said it was from the definition of
He's
Merriam-Webster.
AFK. He's getting
He's
yelled at
making a
right now.
sandwich.
I know. It said below the AI where
I'm not
it came
Jeffrey
from
Dahmer.
that information.
Oh damn, I'm not muted anymore.
Was that your love language for your wife? What
He's
are you
not
doing?
Jeffrey
sir?
Dahmer,
You're
but he
doing
does
it
like his
wrong.
men like Dahmer did, or his coffee like Dahmer
You're
did. You know,
doing
black
it
ground
wrong,
up and in
sir.
the freezer.
I should just stop going by Abe entirely and just start referring to myself as Loki, because this seems to be the effect I have on every fucking stream
I
I'm
mean,
on.
He wore green and wore a helmet too.
You choose
Yeah.
violence, not
Well,
me.
true.
Answer.
My helmet's cooler
Pardon
though.
me.
It's a little
Go
hornier though.
back. Did
Mhm.
I say that words don't have definitions? Please go back and re-listen to what my question was and what I said. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm bored
Okay.
with it now.
We are getting away from this topic though, and this is how I like. So y'all remember
Oh
Greta Thunberg?
no.
No,
I'm so
no more,
So
no more sandwich shit. No
here's-
more sandwich shit.
he-
Every goddamn
here's-
stream with the sandwich shit. I'm done.
Here's
All
the
right.
question.
Nasty.
Hold on.
Here's the
I
question.
gotta go for a bit. I'll try to come back. I gotta go make a burger.
Hey, bring me a sandwich.
I had to make it. I thought Dom was the woman in your relationship.
Shut up, woman.
See, this would be a perfect time to have blurps enabled and just have the "shut up, silly woman," Donald Trump.
That was Devil Made Me Do It. If he comes back before the show ends, I will have him show his stuff. If not, you can find his link to his channel, Beelzehub, in the description below on my channel. Please do go subscribe. Get him to 500 subs. That's all he wants for Christmas, so he can marry his sweetheart Dom H.
No, the window for the marriage.
The window for the marriage is
The window
over.
for the
Let's be
marriage
honest,
is
they're
closed.
gonna do it anyway. They're super gay for each
In
other.
the state
Come
of
on.
New
I mean,
York,
God.
if you're
I
longer,
have all
together
of
longer
this,
than 2
everybody's
years.
stuff on my channel too. It's in the description.
Right.
So,
Right. So do go check out his stuff. He does some good work. A lot of fun streams over there. But if he comes back, he can say all that himself after he makes his burger for his lover.
but
I
when he
guess.
gets
I don't know
back,
why
I'm
else
going to
he's
ask
doing
him if his
Mhm.
balls are clean, since Sam's been washing them for the
I
past
wonder if
5
he's in the doghouse and that's why he's making Dom the sandwich.
it, right. I
Maybe.
don't know. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna shift
Sometimes I
away
like
from that
them
now.
doghouse.
But why though?
Yo-
It was such a fun conversation.
They're such a married couple. I'm gonna tell on Dom because he got Taco Bell after his workout, and his man's making him a hamburger right now, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, gee, I'm fat."
You're trifling, Chuck. Stop that.
What do you mean?
Tattling.
Now, this
Didn't we
this
establish
actually,
that Jock is a woman? So
Yeah,
par for the
it's
course.
my nature.
yeah, sounds
God
about right.
made me this way.
Okay.
Now,
Believe in God.
this
You
is
just-
a genuine
just-
question, though.
He went to make a burger. That's where it is, Larry.
That's
When
where
it
he
comes
went.
to like, when
Well,
it comes to
let's see
like
if
AI,
if he's got a woman. Let's see if she calls him Jeffrey Dahmer like mine just called me that.
but she legit called you Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, because she said that what I said when two people have sex is not making a sandwich, and then I said, well, she said, well, my lips they're not bread, and I said, but they make yeast. She said,
Bro.
bread's made out of the yeast.
What?
You're Jeffrey Dahmer.
Way too much information.
Whoa, you're misreading it, bro. She just wants you to eat her roast beef.
Mm-hmm. That's a solid relationship right there.
Was that a bit much? I
Hell
could
yeah.
never tell.
I don't know.
That was here's the line, and
Don't laugh
we
at
just
me.
went right the fuck over it.
All right, good to know. Let's see if we can extend this line a little further.
No, I just
Back out.
all I wanted to get across today, aside from the AI shit, there was a couple of other things. There was one of them was if y'all remember Greta Thunberg when she came out and she was talking about how all these scientists agree that we're all fucking doomed and all that stuff. Well,
Yeah.
boom,
Was this
bitch.
before or after she was arrested for the millionth time?
All those arrests were performative. All those cops were in on it.
Wait. What's the date of this article?
I don't think there is one. I don't care.
Okay, because this reminds me of something that came out back in like 2012 ish.
Well, if it came out in 2012, they were right then too.
Yeah.
Is this a video or just a screenshot?
This is a screenshot.
Oh, okay.
That's
Right
why I
now,
can share it.
I want to relate this and the burger and sandwich situation.
No.
Jesus.
To AI, right? Because it is actually a genuinely huge problem.
Take us down the rabbit hole.
Okay, right. So, for example, with the whole
You
climate
turned off.
change situation, how do you define it? And then, if you've got one AI that disagrees with another about what that is, one will think this course of action is acceptable, whereas the other will think a different course of action is acceptable. Now, this issue is known as alignment, right? Currently, algorithms are being used to essentially align the way that things are curated online through social media and things like that, according to the alignment that the people of those platforms want people to have. That's why things get censored. So, burgers, sandwiches, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just tasty shit. But if we're talking about something that could potentially control the world, and it decides that we're a factor that isn't as important as we think we should be, that's how you get Skynet. That's how you get Terminators.
And then you end up.
So it
making
is
your
a
toaster
genuine.
sandwich.
Yeah. Well, it is a genuine problem.
Yeah, I agree. Young God is here saying, guys, CO2 heat transfer was a lie. CO2 can't store heat like they said it can. The lie is amazing, and it's because no one understands thermodynamics. I agree. But the biggest lie for me wasn't the fact that obviously, yes, it was that part of it was total bullshit. But also, CO2 is 100% necessary for us to continue living, because the things that produce the oxygen that we thrive on the CO2 that we produce. So, like, any reduction of that is a really bad fucking idea, right? The same people who are going around who 30 years ago were saying, "Oh, we got to stop cutting down the rainforests," are saying we got to stop producing CO2. Make that make sense. How does that track?
I remember getting a C in high school. We used to have we used to need to find random articles and write like 4 paragraphs on them. And I actually found an article that California has like 40% more trees than it needs to. And I got like a C, and
the only problem to
find a better article.
They're all eucalyptus.
Yeah. So, for example, if you say that climate change is literally what it says on the tin, does the climate change? Yes. Is it changing? Yes. Always. Is climate change real? Yes. That's a logical conclusion.
A static climate is a dead climate. Look at Mars.
Exactly.
Well,
now,
it used to be global.
the biggest contention is, have we contributed to it? Probably. Seems to be. Have we sped up the process? Probably. Is there anything we can do about it? Probably not.
Bro,
and that's where all of the bullshit about green
that
policies and all that sort of shit
I got
comes into
timed
play.
out on Twitter for like a week talking to some like fucking like global warming, climate change people, and I'm like, dude, if you think the earth and the climate is so important, is it worth killing thousands of people with diabetes? And then boom, for violence and hate.
Wait a minute, you're just killing the ones with diabetes?
I was just
Just the ones with diabetes.
I was just like a small example. Like, if you want to get rid of human infrastructure, just diabetic people alone will be fucking dead.
See, what if you had an AI that was in control of everything, that decided one day everyone who didn't like the band Baby Metal was gay as fuck, and so they should die?
Oh,
I mean, let's be honest.
That's a really fucked up Skynet. Okay, well, call me gay as fuck then, because I fucking love Baby Metal.
We had a really fun
No. I said if you don't like Baby Metal, you're gay as fuck. I like Baby Metal.
Oh
Baby
yeah,
Metal rocks.
oh yeah, totally.
Like Judas Priest. Are you gay
We're
as
good.
fuck?
So what you're saying is only we will survive.
Gay as fuck, but Judas Priest.
Baby
See,
Metal's
that-
a little overrated.
Well, it's a novelty, isn't it? You know, it's not. You know, it's not the Mozart of a current generation.
One of us.
No, not at all. I mean, anyhow. But yeah, no, my whole issue with the climate change assholes, the guys going around saying, "Oh, we've got to do all this stuff to prevent our thing from going disastrously wrong." It's like, first of all, you're assuming that we did anything to cause any of these changes in the fucking first place. That anything that we've done has had any real impact on, the climate long term. Short term, sure. Short term, sure. I'll give you short term. Like that deep sea oil well, the cap that blew in what is now the Gulf of America a few years back, right? Yeah, that was a short term thing, but it's fixed now. And it mostly did it by itself, by the way. The ocean cleans itself. It's fucking designed to.
Have you seen that meme where some people, I don't know if they're serious or not, but it's funny
Are you
anyway.
accepting the existence of an intentional designer?
No, I was just going to say,
agree.
Some people advocate that the Gulf of Mexico / America should be renamed to the Gulf of Cum.
I like
it. That I don't have a problem with that.
The Gulf of Cuba, the United States, and Mexico.
That's a fucking meme.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That would be better. I think
if Trump did that, I'd be like, right, just put a fucking crown on this man's head.
Hold on, sir.
Let's just be done.
Would the Gulf of Cum be near San Francisco, though?
No, it'd be near Florida because Florida is the penis of the United States.
There's also
that's true.
Atlanta's not far.
Yeah,
Atlanta is.
I mean, it's a limp dick, but sure.
You heard that?
Do you have any idea how much cocaine is in Florida, sir? What do you expect?
Yeah. So it's just the whole thing, though. It's like what Abe was saying. Look, if the climate is static, if we halt its change in any way, we essentially kill everything because
I'm not the climate.
A static climate is a dead climate.
I was
Climates
chewing. I was
change.
gonna
Living,
make the joke.
breathing climates do.
Yeah.
Chewing. Were you?
Mhm.
Chewing what?
Meat.
You keep calling me the
Sandwich
climate,
elements.
and I said I'm
All right.
not the climate.
Are you changing, sir?
Constantly.
Women are
This
like
happens in a man's life when they reach
my
a
name
certain
not.
age. Certain changes start taking place, and I kind of feel like somebody should have discussed this with you before now. But since we're here and we're having this conversation, when little girls and little boys meet each other, and sometimes
I got hair in weird places now. I don't know what's happening.
It's like we go through puberty twice as we get older. It's just like, fuck, now there's hair going in even stranger places.
Can we talk about sandwiches again now?
No.
All right. To final thought. Anyway, I just wanted to bring up that thing about the apparently a bunch of scientists are now openly saying that this was bullshit all along, which is good, but it also only proves my point that people, scientists especially, experts of any stripe, can and will be bought and will say anything you pay them to.
I'm curious if that's the thing that the dude who started the Weather Channel put out back in the day, like when I was saying, like in 2012 or whatever, because he had a bunch of scientists that were saying that stuff, and everyone just called him conspiracy theorist. And he actually, he was also not only did he start the Weather Channel, but he was also Al Gore's university professor at some class.
Oh, he's super serial then.
Super serial.
Like he
Next thing
knows,
you got to be telling me he knew Alex Jones.
yes, he also knew Alex Jones. He gave Alex Jones a start.
Nailed it.
Maybe he knew Alex
Yeah.
Jones's father, and that's how Alex Jones got the information because he was listening as a kid. Oh wait, no, that was the Calvin stuff.
Who started?
As Zillage is saying here, I heard the ozone was showing signs of reform. See, here's the thing: there is a hole in the ozone layer. It happens annually at the same time every year. It's part of the natural process of the planet. It wasn't us that put it there, and it's not there all the time.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons you're not allowed to go to Antarctica during certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, in various parts of the caps, the amount of ice has increased.
That and the hidden Nazi bases down there. Yeah.
Is that why Jizzman is
yeah.
always in space? He's trying to find the hole and it keeps moving.
No, this is one of the reasons why
like he asked.
He's looking for the black hole.
It's one of the reasons why people give credence to the environmentalist bullshit is that the extremes of the back and forth of the environment have increased. but only one particular section of the political elite focuses on one aspect of it.
I'm sorry, I completely zoned out while you were talking. The chat was more interesting.
Oh,
wow.
That was savage.
we can
this dumb motherfucker. What is he even on the show for? Jesus.
I'm buddy, bitch.
Funny.
You just didn't like that joke.
Oh, yeah. Anyhow, on to the probably what will be the final official topic of the evening. I'm sure we're gonna get like sidetracked
Sandwiches?
again. No, it's not sandwiches. I mean, it could be, I guess, considered sandwich adjacent, considering that some of this is taking place near and or where, like, things like hamburgers might have originated. Or the Earl of Sandwich, at least, I believe, was an Englishman. So England and France, specifically Starmer and Macron, have now committed to putting boots on the ground in Ukraine.
I thought they couldn't get that to pass.
Did
Wasn't
they
there
not get
another
that to
vote?
pass? Well, good.
Wasn't there? There was a big EU thing. So there was an EU thing. Now this might not cover Starmer, but Macron. There was an EU vote, and they did not vote to give him any more money or any more support. And that was like Friday, I want to say.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's
this is
later information than I had. Yeah.
This is one of those examples where the heads of state want more power for themselves in order to do things that they think are right, as opposed to what the European populace want.
Young God makes a good point.
It was just last week, and Starmer was saying, "Yeah, we'll send people out there." And then and then I don't know about how, because England is not part of the EU, but the EU had a big vote.
No, but Starmer definitely wants to be back under the thumb of the WEF. He keeps
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
he wants us to rejoin the EU at the first opportunity.
And I don't know, I don't know if you have that clip of Macron with what he came out and said, sounding like a complete fucking tyrant. Like you felt like you're watching V for Vendetta type shit. But Europe, he's part of the EU, and they obviously failed to. They're not going to do anything for Zelensky, and so everyone's giving Trump the 4D chess credit on this.
Oh, well, that's good. Then that's like I said, I have been offline today for the most part, so I did not catch that. But that's good news, because the fewer people get sent to die over there, there's already going to be bunches and bunches of fucking people dying over there who don't need to be, right? They're Ukrainians.
Sacrifice to the god Moloch.
You're also tanking your country's economy, like, irresponsibly, just to fuel more death. It's like America can do it, but Canada and UK fucking go for it if you want to ruin your own citizens.
Well,
and
here
economy
was the concern: was as long as we're part of NATO, we're bound under the articles of that. And I think what was it, Article 5 or 6 that they were talking about invoking, which would force the U.S. to get involved with boots on the ground if they, if it went that far.
You try forcing Trump to do something, invoke whatever article you want, watch how fast NATO falls.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like we need to get out of NATO anyway, period. NATO does not need to exist anymore.
Right? And if
it does exist, it can do it without the U.S.
Yeah, it doesn't really need to exist anymore.
Like
the Soviet Union is gone.
It's funny.
Russia's a big dickhead on our doorstep, but who gives a fuck?
But
I was having
converting
this
neighboring
exact conversation
countries
about the Department of Education 5 years ago with guys, and here we are.
Right here, Zillage. Right here. This is exactly what I brought up the other day. It's like, you know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like great replacement shit. Because you know who's going to get sent to the front lines if they commit troops? They're going to send their own native sons and daughters. What are they not going to send? All of the fucking immigrants who are currently burning their goddamn countries to the ground.
Yeah. Well, those people have no loyalty to them, so.
Well, it doesn't matter, because those people will then become the de facto native populations of these countries, because all of their native sons and daughters just got fucking fed to the Russian war machine.
Hey Sam, can I say it?
And that's why
I want to say it.
Say it.
The Great Replacement Theory.
Yeah, that's why the UN and NATO are the aggressors, is because they want to cause more immigration like this. Making neighboring countries that border Russia into NATO makes you the aggressor, and they fuel war because they want more
immigration. There's more to it than that. It goes further back. The only reason Ukraine exists is so that Russia doesn't share a border with NATO.
Oh, damn. I thought it was always a part of their border.
The Ukrainians have always kind of been over there being like Ukraine-like. But only after after the Cold War and the whole buffer state system was designed. I mean, that's its only purpose, is to keep NATO missiles from sharing a border with Russian missiles.
Yeah, it was actually part of the negotiated peace treaty between the former members of the Soviet Union and the rest of Europe and NATO.
And essentially that treaty said that as long as Ukraine doesn't become part of NATO or attempt to, then they can keep the land. But the very second they do something other than that, Russia gets
also
back.
It gets even
Ukraine used to be a nuclear power, and part of that treaty was them giving up their nuclear weapons, which they did.
It gets even worse, because actually the treaty they signed when the breakup of the Soviet Union said that any of the countries of the Soviet Union, essentially, that if their government kind of collapses and it can't withstand itself, that they can be retaken by Russia. When Crimea was taken over by Russia, annexed by Russia, it was actually its own independent nation. They had broken off and had their own government, which their government had literally taken off. So technically, by the own treaty that Ukraine signed, Russia then had every right to take Crimea. It was in the treaty they signed in the breakup of the Soviet Union.
The whole situation isn't simple. It never has been. All we can say for sure is that there are multiple parties with multiple interests that basically don't have the people's interests.
You're talking like there wasn't a treaty signed in the first place, like it's not written in black and white on a piece of paper with a whole bunch of signatures on it and we can't read it. What do you mean?
Well, for example, most of the eastern parts of Ukraine are predominantly Russian speaking.
Sure, there's an awful
some
lot
of them
in Ukraine,
some of them wanted to be part of Russia, some of them didn't. But this is World War II all over again. This was the excuse that the Germans gave for annexing Bohemia, Austria, all of these things.
All right, I need your cash
That's
app,
a burger.
Giles. I can get $1.
That's a burger.
Continue your point, Abe. I'm just going to leave.
Yes, masticate for me.
Yeah.
Is there mayonnaise on that burger, Gal?
What's that, Larry?
Is there mayonnaise on that?
No, it's mustard, ham, Swiss, raw, sharp cheddar, and bell peppers and oregano.
A delicious
That's a hot
sandwich.
I'm going to do the same thing with turkey later.
Don't make me choke on it.
Oh, that's what she said.
I'm gonna have to clip that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna clip
You're
that.
fucking welcome.
Let's go. Yes, we're gonna clip that too.
It was a very purposeful.
I'm gonna clip
sandwich.
that right now.
Right.
Yeah, my point really is that, you know, yeah, sure, treaties exist, laws exist, but do you really think everyone abides by them?
Well, here's the thing. Like when you're talking like laws, are you talking like international law? Because there's no such thing as an international law that matters or has any real authority.
No, I completely agree.
It doesn't exist.
That's
like,
kind of the point. They don't mean anything.
You know, now a treaty, on the other hand, is an agreement that you know, between two parties, usually two nations, to you know, uphold certain ends of whatever that agreement might be. Like a treaty, I could see having some you know, real, I guess, authority, right? But yeah, as far as international laws go, it's like, look, I'm no fan of Netanyahu. I personally think that the Israeli government are a bunch of dickbags.
Same.
However,
the
ICC's calls for Netanyahu to be tried for fucking war crimes are a bunch of bullshit because the International Criminal Court is not a legitimate authority, period.
Well, prime example, seeing as Israel has been mentioned, and Kenzo isn't here, so we can keep it on the level. Israeli spies were found throughout the United States government for years.
Yeah,
they were United States prime allies. They're probably still there.
You think we don't do it to them? Are you kidding? We're just.
I mean, Israel is basically the biggest United States military base on Earth.
Oh yeah.
Well, anytime any of these like freaking things that are like, oh, Russia was doing this. Guess what? We do it too to probably twice as many people. We're probably one of the most. Yeah,
exactly.
Counterintelligence, freaking spies, all that shit.
China's doing it to fucking America right now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We do it,
bro. I've probably got 15
profits off of it.
I've got 15 Chinese people in my room right now, and I don't know where they are.
That's why
probably. I don't know.
That's why when they were
probably all
bitching
underneath
about
the bed or something, you know?
Russia interfering in our election, I'm all like, yeah, we kind of do that to every country in the whole world.
Country does.
We literally had fucking funds going to other countries about their elections and everything that Doge just found out. Like, oh my god.
That's
Yep.
well. That's what
Exactly.
USAID means. It was about interfering in other people's governments.
Yep.
Right? That's always
Exactly.
all it's ever been about. But that said, I will say that I don't blame Swalwell for banging thing, but I probably wouldn't have made with the pillow talk like he did.
Do you think he
you know.
fucking farted in Dutch Ovender? Like,
I mean,
just because of who he is.
Dude, she's a spy. She probably put up with all kinds of freaky shit. You know, she's got to get that intel.
Gotta get that intel, bro.
Well, and she is Asian. Is it all that freaky to her?
Probably not. I mean, we did have a protracted conversation about Asian buttholes earlier, but
I got something special for you.
Oh my god, they're multiplying.
Wow.
Mogwai. Holy crap.
That's too weird.
I don't have it anymore. It's gone.
Don't get
I'm
her.
actually,
Don't
I'm gonna do it like
Don't
this.
get her wet, guys.
I'm gonna have to clip that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
shit.
weird. Too weird. All right. Everybody going back.
It was really good. sandwich.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Ho 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 ho.
Love that video.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it, Zilla? It's like the acronym itself is like the United States Agency for International Development, I think is what it is. Something like that, which
Yeah.
is a euphemism for we're going to fuck with other people's, countries and their sovereign.
Yeah, the U.S.
rulers.
Agency of International Disruption.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, folks, and I'm going to say it out loud. If we're going to act like an empire,
Well, that's what I'm saying, Sasquatch, because I don't think we should be acting like an empire. I think we need to start being more
okay, I
insular
agree
with our
with you.
shit.
We
Fuck
should
everybody
not
else.
be acting like an empire. However, the situation standing as it is, we are de facto hegemon. Why not execute?
Right. But we have an opportunity here that we haven't had in a long fucking time.
To
Right?
buy
We have an
Canada,
opportunity.
right? It's cheap. We
No,
can
fuck
take
Canada.
Like,
We
I don't
need
want
to buy Canada. We can just take it. First of all, it's like they can stop. Like two guys named
they're
Jerry
trying
on the
to
border
give
can
half
stop
of it
us.
to us.
Right. Secondly, no, we can pull out. We can prove that the U.S. pull-out game is not as weak as Biden led everybody to believe.
Can't pull out. No,
I said
I'm not
U.S.
doing it. No,
Yeah,
no.
we're not England.
See, our colonies pulled away. We didn't pull out.
Right.
Yeah,
It was that snuggle struggle, that perpetual snuggle
and
struggle.
now you got a
That's why
bunch
I
of
had to do it.
bastard kids who hate your guts. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah, and yet somehow still want to be part of our club. I'm like, bro, come on. What the
Wait,
fuck?
hold on. Whose club
I'm
is it?
pretty sure y'all want to be part of ours, like parents.
Last time I checked, we had like how
Oh,
many
he's not
aircraft carriers?
talking about the U.S. He's talking about places like Australia that still have the fucking Union Jack embedded in
Oh, yeah,
Canada.
I guess you're right.
Canada that still
Yeah,
has their,
it's called
or
the
Canada
Commonwealth,
still
the
has their king and
largest
queens on their
contiguous
money.
political organization in the world.
loony.
I was only
We-
half listening, as you can tell.
We just fucking renamed the empire. We're like, this shit is expensive. Run your own shit.
Yeah,
and then
That's
we'll
what you're
trade.
saying. Hold on. Did you just say you franchised the empire?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with more of a manifest destiny type concept there.
Nah, franchises are way more popular.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we pull out. We focus on our own country. We say we cut ties with all foreign influence, all foreign allies. And I'm using the word ally here very loose. Actually, I'm using the word ally accurately. Alliances shift, they change. Alliances are only solid so long as both parties are getting something that they want out of it.
I don't like the term allies or fucking like all that shit because it's just fucking like elite empire espionage. We're just trade partners at this point. Like
we don't have to be though. Yeah. That's my point. We don't need anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, nobody needs anyone else.
Well,
we're all independent women.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we cut off Israel, we'll see how long they last in a country that's surrounded by other nations that
make
fucking
me
hate
so
them.
sad. Where it's like,
well,
Trump says
that's part of the problem, though, isn't it, Sam?
It's not my problem.
States,
that's what I'm saying.
The United States can't pull out of Israel because
we
Israel will
absolutely
never
could.
be
We won't.
removed from the United States.
Oh, we absolutely could, but we won't. We won't. That's not going to happen. It should happen. It should fucking happen because, frankly, I think if any nation can't stand or can't stand on its own, then it deserves to fall. Period, including my own.
anyone spreading imperializing democracy among Islam is a fucking idiot. Like, why are you there?
Look, I'm okay with saying that if they can't stand on their own, then they should fall. But then we should fucking butt the fuck out and let them do what they need to do.
I think
Which
they
means
can
if
do
they need to glass
fine.
the entire Middle East, let them glass the entire fucking Middle East.
I think they have the ability to do that. They don't need us to do that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is the reason they don't take out some of those countries is because we can't shut our fucking mouth. I'm saying if we're gonna say you survive on your own, then we should butt the fuck out completely. And if they drop nukes on every freaking Arab country, we should just say not our business. That's why
one complaint with that. How well does irradiated gasoline work?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Like I said, it's not.
I'm down to try anything.
That's for us. But like I said, if you say stand on your own 2 feet, survive by your own fucking back, okay, then don't fucking bitch when they take it to a certain level.
No, I'm good with that because again, that sounds like Syria's problem. That sounds like Palestine's problem. That sounds like Iran's problem. It's not the U.S.'s problem. So yeah, and again, for chat and all that, this is just an example. You could easily take any other engagement the U.S. has ever been involved with anywhere in the world where honestly it really wasn't our fucking place or our business.
I'm definitely going to have to get hired for this.
Right. So yeah, it's just the thing. I don't think that we should be. I know we ended up, because of trade and because we have the strongest fucking navy on earth, became the de facto hegemony.
Okay.
I get that,
Okay.
but I don't think that we don't need to be. We could just pull our navy back to our waters, and if they can't fucking deal with the piracy that comes from that, they can't deal with the fucking Chinese junks that are going to be clogging up the Arabian waterways. That's their fucking problem, not ours.
Trump was already keeping all this at bay with the fucking petrodollar. He controlled the gas and sold it to where, and then fucking France and Germany started buying from Russia, and that's what all started collapsing. They started fueling the fucking enemy. They want war.
But Biden told OPEC to go fuck themselves, and then a month later came begging back, and they're like, "No, dude, you insulted
People
us."
who hate the fucking petrodollar were bitching at Biden that you're destroying the petrodollar. Like, we still need some establishment for our economy to stay stable.
Yeah. That's only if the economy is dependent on everybody else's economy. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So let me address.
We don't like the system, but we don't want it to crash and burn.
Here's the issue with isolationism in America, and that is, we have bases in most of the world's nations. We have embassies in almost all of them. And what's up, bud? Good to see you. Just don't look at me like that. And if you're gonna look at me like that, whisper. Anyway, you want a world war that truly ends all nations? Make America isolationist and then have an attack take place inside the borders. The next thing you know, we're literally at war with the entire world. My method simply utilizes, but there won't be much left of it.
Flag event could happen at any moment. I mean,
but there won't be much
that could happen if we're playing
method,
nice and holding hands with everybody too.
My method allows for the majority of the world to fall completely under hegemony of the U.S. without very many shots being fired at all. There'll be a few hot spots, of course, but what happens? Just riddle me this, Batman. What happens if we were to fully man every single base that we have possession of? We start putting ourselves on a war footing with no consideration of what anyone else thinks about it, and just man every base in the world that we got.
Because
how many boots on the ground do we have?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's been the position of the United States for about 80 years now.
It's been running at about 20%. Most of the bases are shut down. They're just land that we have possession of in other countries. There's nobody there. There's like a groundkeeper with a key.
How many wars has the United States been involved in during that time?
Oh,
the United States
about final solution, bro.
Look, bearing in mind, right? And I'm not throwing shade or blowing smoke at the US for this, right? Americans are great. It's governments, not so much. Same with us, right?
We just need a little more.
The United States, as a proportion of its history, is the most warlike nation that has ever existed.
Right. So take notice, realize what's going on, and submit yourself.
How many of those wars did you win?
Enough of them that people sat up and took notice.
Virtually none. The only one you won was the one where we fucked off.
Right. The one that mattered.
The one that mattered, that formed your nation. That's it.
We fought ourselves.
Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, Iraq again. I mean, how many times did this shit need to happen?
That first time was a fairly decisive victory, bro.
You had a scuffle with Turkey, I think, during the 19th century that was basically a small naval battle.
Hold on. Are you talking about the Barbary Wars?
Yeah, that was a whole other thing, man. That was
because they touched our boats.
There was land invasions. There were fucking hostages taken. There were fucking executions. There were fucking full on.
And you can sit there and say we lost all the dude. We're the fucking only superpower. Well, now China's caught back up, but superpower in the world. I mean, come on.
I mean, I don't like that sort of avenue of reasoning.
Get over it.
Because I don't Well, it's not reasonable. Being an empire is not a good thing.
We wouldn't have javelins.
Being an empire results in nothing but death and destruction. Sure, you might make a few innovations along the way.
You talk like a colonizer. You just haven't done it right. Ain't that what the communists say?
we literally created the greatest and biggest empire the earth has ever known. I think I might know a few things, buddy.
Right twice a day, bro.
Fucking hell.
Nah, you're fun. You're good fun, dude. Don't let me get to you. You could win this one. I'm sure. I got faith in you.
Yeah, like look, at the end of the day, I'd rather we. I tell you what, let's go to Iran. Let's land on those fucking shores and say, bro, in Farsi, of course, bro.
See,
what do you think about sandwiches and burgers?
Doesn't matter,
right?
Because
put the fucking weapons down.
Let's
have a game of chess.
Like how the Olympics was born. Let's fight over
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Truth be told, welcome to the show, bud. Appreciate it.
I don't need war.
I have to ask though, because like maybe my geography is just a little bit rusty, but isn't Iran landlocked?
I'll have to get in my canoe with my guns again. Go up the rivers.
I mean, they might connect with the fucking Persian Gulf.
Here's the thing. I
they
agree
are within
with that
striking distance, or we have javelins.
War is shit. I'm not gonna deny war is shit. I don't like losing lives. I especially don't like losing lives for money and shit like that for fat cat politicians, right? I'm with you on that. The problem with, if you want to talk about losing any war, is when countries are too busy worrying about optics and not worrying about winning the war. There's not a single war America couldn't win if we took the gloves off and then pussyfoot this shit.
Right.
A lot of it is because we're too busy saying, "Oh, we don't want to hurt this person," or "Oh, we don't want to look bad on." Fuck that. Just gone.
Well,
Bye.
keep in mind, Vietnam, for example, was like 17 years of bullshit, and most of it was televised. It was one of the first instances of televised combat in history, and that changed the war. I actually think that contributed to our loss over there because everybody was so fucking worried about what the media would say and what people watching at home would say that they couldn't do their fucking jobs. They were hamstrung by it.
So I heard something from because Korea was a little different. My father was in Vietnam, my uncle was in Korea, and they were talking one afternoon. And I think it was my uncle that said, in Korea, we won every battle we fought, but we lost the ground at the diplomacy table. In Vietnam, you won every battle you fought, but you lost the war at home.
Yeah.
So who lost? I mean, we did withdraw, obviously. But the only part of that was a loss was the actual withdrawal, and it didn't look too terribly unlike Afghanistan, if you'll think about it.
But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, how many Pyrrhic victories must you accept before you realize it's total folly?
I'll be good when America's hat pays their taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, Abe, like, obviously, I kind of agree. Like, I don't like the idea of empire either. I think it's stupid. I think that each nation should be sovereign. Each nation should look to their own. This is why I'm so critical of the shit going on in Europe and in your country right now, is because your leaders are not looking to their people.
Our leaders are evil.
Your leaders think
and they hate our people.
You know, and I'm not saying my country's not a whole lot better. We're starting to fucking gain some ground back on that now, but for years.
Maybe the West
maybe.
Yeah,
I'm with him. Maybe if it's played
UK
right.
and America are pretty adjacent to each
All
other.
right. I'll play that game. It looks like we might be gaining some ground now. All right, I will play that game. But the fact is for a long time, no, our leaders were feeding us to the fucking wolves too. This is how we can see what's happening over there so clearly, is because we just went through this shit ourselves. It obviously it didn't get quite as bad over here as it's gotten over in England or in France or in Germany, right? And we're watching you guys, and your leaders are just You're right. Evil is the only fucking applicable word, and they're so concerned with sending your money and your resources off to other fucking countries where they've got their own fucking problems, while they're allowing rabble to devour you from within, and that is so fucked. Right? They should. Your nations, every nation should put itself first and foremost above every other nation. Period.
Yeah.
Nationalism needs to make a global comeback worldwide.
Absolutely. And people will say that approach is somehow selfish. And I think that's also a nonsense argument. Right? Let's say you're in a burning building. Who are you going to save? Someone you're related to or a stranger?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, transpose that onto an entire planet. You look after your family, your community, your town, your city, your region, your state, your country. And when the aliens invade, maybe we'll all look out for each other. But until that time, sort your own shit out, you know?
Manifest Destiny doesn't include Africa. I mean, that's silly. Who would waste their time in Africa?
Africans.
Well, I was going to say Africans, yeah, because they're
every single white man put in Africa has died a death on the vine from starvation. They just absorbed the resources.
Yeah.
They absorbed their own resources that were people.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna put this out there. They don't call it the dark continent because it's full of black people. It's a black hole. It absorbs everything that it touches. You know, there's something off about that continent, something almost otherworldly. That's I don't even see that as applying to the same conversation, really.
Yeah.
You know, if Eldritch Horror was a continent, it would be Africa.
Yeah, I mean, like the kind of dangerous animals that are just everywhere in Africa.
Well, not just that. I mean, the people themselves, like even the native people there, they don't progress much. You know, horrible shit happens to them all the time as a matter of daily course. You know, like, and some of it's not even caused by other people. You know, it's just it's a horrible fucking place to live.
I mean, the only person I would trust to go off in there and have any effect is Alan Quartermain. I'm pretty sure he's fictional.
Yeah, he is.
But they're good movies.
Yeah. They're still fiction. You know, and here, like, I mean, if you want to talk about like reversion and all that shit, I'm not saying that. Look, apartheid was a shit deal, right? But they never got rid of it. They just kind of swapped hats.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And in less than 5 years, there won't be any. I think their white population of the South Africa at this point is down to like 7% from like 14% like 5 years ago. There won't be any more in 5 years, especially if Homeboy gets in there in power and actually acts on what he's been telling everybody, which is kill the Boers or the white farmers. Right? They're going to get rid of all the white people there, and then we'll see what happens. I don't think they're actually gonna. I think that South Africa may actually regress as a society.
So there are two examples on this front, right? South Africa used to be the richest nation in all of Africa. It was actually
and they're one of the most
richest
developed
nations within the Commonwealth, and one of the most developed. Yeah. Then there's also Zimbabwe, formerly Rhodesia. That was known as the breadbasket of Africa because the farms there were so productive. And no, they weren't slave farms or anything like that. They were just farms that were created by the British settlers. And now the people are starving.
That sounds racist, sir.
Okay, then.
I don't know. What do I do? I'm just a white dude from the South.
Look. It's
like if ever someone legitimately throws that at you, that's all you need to say.
Yeah, no, I went into a panel the other day.
Don't care. It's a fact.
Here's the thing, man. I don't think it is a racist thing to say, and here's why. Because I think that a lot of the peoples who are in Africa, right, if they were transplanted to other, say, first world nations and integrated into society there, I think honestly they would do much better. I think it's the place itself. There's something cursed about the place that holds people down. Right. I don't think it has shit to do with their fucking skin color. Because if you look at like the Nigerians and the Ethiopians who come over here today as first generation immigrants, right? They tend to do, economically and socially very, very fucking well in the United States because they're motivated to not go back to fucking Africa where everything sucks and it holds everybody down.
But there are studies that prove this as well, right? So if you take people from the same family, some stayed in whatever particular African nation they stayed in originally that they came from, and then their progeny grow up in a Western nation. Generally, the children have higher IQs, greater health markers, longer lives. Everything across the board gets vastly better.
And they vote liberal.
I mean,
maybe.
maybe they do, maybe they don't. We're just talking about general welfare here. I'm less concerned with the vote as I am with, like, I think the continent of Africa itself, within the bounds of sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Northern Africa, there is something wrong with the place itself, and it eats at people's souls.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think if we got all of the Africans out of Africa, I think that their lots would improve significantly, not just because they were in better places, but because they weren't. No, it isn't. It isn't racist.
Sure?
Because I think no. Listen, hold on. I'm not done. Because I think if you took a bunch of fucking Europeans and you plopped them in the middle of Africa in the same position as the Africans, I honestly don't think that they would do. I mean, maybe they build a couple of cities here and there, but within a couple of generations, you see what's happening in South Africa all over again, even without the racial tension and shit. I think that place eats men.
I also think that's like kind of the thing about colonization is when you have a country that's that old and not as developed, there are just years and years and years of tribalism where other areas are upset with other areas and they don't even remember why, because it's just history going over and over in time, and there was never a clean slate to stop all that.
Sure. I give you that too. And
not to 100% defend colonization, but I am pro colonization. But I'm just saying,
that is a prime example of a curio of history is the nation of Liberia. That's a nation that was founded by the United States, that was designed essentially for freed slaves to go back to Africa to take everything they knew from the United States and create a functional African democracy.
Sure.
Where is it now?
It's
as shit as all of its neighbors.
A little worse, actually.
Yeah.
Than some of its neighbors, yeah. It did not go well, that experiment.
No.
Yes, Jan God, we're aware that Africa is a continent and quite a large one. And it is just heinously difficult to do anything with it.
And even the countries inside are divided by, the hundreds with various tribal divides and shit. Sometimes
that's an observation. There's tribes, right? Once upon a midnight dreary, the tribes were kind of fluid. They battled and they warred and they fought, but they didn't do the full extermination thing until the colonialists come along and gave everybody names. And we're able to put things in books to keep
well, I don't know about that, man. I think maybe there was a lot of what you're saying for a long time, but I don't think it was because the colonialists gave them names. I think a large part of that was due to certain tribes advanced while other tribes did not. For example, when the Zulu made the stabbing spear advancement, and they just fucking annihilated everybody they came across after that. Right?
Yeah,
they didn't even know what a white person was yet.
Can you believe that before the arrival of Europeans, everybody in Africa was called Kunta Kinte?
What's your name, boy? My name is Kunta
Kinte.
Your name is Toby.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Toby or not?
Go by your slave name.
Toby or not Toby? That is the question.
That is the legalization. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Would it be considered a revaluation?
Very possible.
So I don't know, but I guess my like I said, when we started on this down this tangent, man, we chat, we go to different places and we never really know where we're going to end up. I was talking about World War III, and now here we are talking about the social dynamics over the last 5,000 years in the Dark Continent,
and roots.
Well, we're
right?
trying to explain why the UK is funding war in Ukraine.
Yeah,
it's retarded. That's all you need to know. It's just retarded. We shouldn't be funding any of that shit.
No,
none of us.
No, you shouldn't. I you know, and this sucks to say. Like, look, I'm not in favor of people dying any more than Trump's been saying he's not in favor of people dying. I'm really not.
No.
I don't like the idea of millions of fucking dead on either side of the Ukraine-Russia line. I don't like that. That's not okay. It's not okay with me, because you know what? That plays directly into the hands of the fucking people who want to reduce carbon by reducing people, right? There's a couple of million people that they don't have to worry about anymore.
Remember, folks, you are the carbon they want to reduce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
and that's and by fueling this war, they're just adding more bodies like fucking cordwood. Right.
Y'all remember the Georgia Guidestones?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't. It was like 2 years ago, man.
One day I'm going to ask that question, and the person I ask is going to say, "Huh?"
Yeah. I think I got screenshots of them somewhere. I have to dig them out, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's a real thing. And the people I think who are pushing hardest for this, for hey, you know, Europe, get involved. Hey, U.S., back Europe up, because you know they can't do it without you. You know, hey, let's all throw all of our youth at the fucking meat grinder, right? Who gains from that? Who gains from that? 'Cause it ain't fucking Russia. It ain't us. It ain't Europe.
Yeah, have you seen any of the videos of Ukrainian recruitment services, is what they're calling them?
Oh yeah,
where literally kidnapping people. Yeah.
Yep.
Throwing them in
that's called
vans.
conscription. Your country would know all about that.
And it's not just that; they're also like putting freaking people with Down syndrome and stuff in those positions. Yeah, they're conscribing people with Down syndrome, putting a gun in their hand, sticking them in.
Doing that for a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and saying if a Russian comes across that field, shoot him. And they don't know what they're doing. They're just sitting there smiling, holding the rifle, and a Russian will walk right up and they shoot him, because they don't know what they're even supposed to be doing.
And meanwhile, the Russians are taking people out of their prisons, so they're emptying their prisons of criminals, arming them, and just throwing them at the front.
So everybody's just throwing garbage. Oh, and if you're not doing that, then Russia's throwing North Korean soldiers who don't know what they're doing. And news reports were saying that many of them had never seen a drone before. So imagine them showing up, they seeing the drones, and the drones are firing stuff at them, and that's crazy.
Yeah, you're right, Lawrence. There was actually a unit of North Korean soldiers that revolted, killed their Russian comrades, and then fled.
Yep.
Because they didn't realize they were supposed to be in a war.
Yep.
And they just got sick of it.
Sold out by Kim Jong bitch.
Yeah.
And as another observation, one side of this war has elections. The other side suspended them for the war.
To be fair, the other side,
the
other side's constitution.
Come on, man. Let me have at least one, dude.
Look, you're right. That did happen, but the Ukrainian constitution allows for that wartime. Like it's in writing in their constitution.
But yeah, that also just makes you want to keep the war going.
Right.
It's kind of a stupid thing to put there.
That's exactly in Zelensky's case. That's precisely what he wants, is because he wants to retain fucking power. The second this war is over and he has to concede anything to Russia, he is out on his ass, because Ukrainians all over that country are going to be like, "Why the fuck did we listen to this asshole? He got so many of us killed, and for what?"
They're already doing that.
They're
gonna Mussolini his ass.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And he knows
72 hours after his ass is out of power.
Well, he's already facing recall demands. As soon as he left Trump's the White House, he went back home and was, facing demands.
It was the tracksuit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you're getting to the point where you have to kidnap your citizens to try to freaking keep this war going, the fact that he's not willing to fucking sit down at the table and actually talk peace, fuck him. That's why anyone's seen there, you have these people putting out TikToks where they're crying, he's been treated so meanly. Oh God, I want to fucking bitch smack people like that.
I would,
Did the devil make you do
smack
it?
around Zelensky, but I feel like I'd
No,
be,
devil
I'd
did
be
not make him
committing
do
some
it.
kind of hate crime on account of you. You're not supposed to smack little people, I guess.
Does he just keep getting shorter?
Yeah. I think he's shrinking a little bit in stature.
I think he's like 3'6" now or something like that.
Yeah,
He looked tiny next to Macron the other day. Like
no,
yeah, he gets much shorter. We'll just send Gal after him.
I mean,
well, Gal can take him now too.
Any height.
Gal can beat him up now.
You underestimate the power of little people.
Yeah, but if he's also a little people, you know.
Yeah, just I'm looking out for you, Gal. I don't want you to take on someone too big.
but you're not looking up to her. Is that how that works?
What if Zelensky has to look up to you, Gal? I mean, physically,
Look
when
him in
he's
the
standing in
teeth
front
like
of
I threaten everyone else.
you threatened the space above his head.
Yeah, it's dangerous space.
Yeah. For context, for those out there who don't know, Gal is very short.
I'm really glad you gave that context and they couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
That makes
It's okay to be itty bitty.
Are we talking taller than a thimble or shorter?
Short enough to have a pot of gold.
Oh,
that's why she got the green hair.
Hence the green.
Yeah. Adam's going to try to kidnap her one day because of it.
Well,
where's your gold, Gal?
It's actually just lead painted in gold. I mean, inflation's hit everybody real hard.
Secrets.
Well, have you seen that meme as well of when the
it's actually chocolate coins.
Yeah, they go and audit the Fed for the gold reserves, and they're just painted bricks.
They're under Gal's bed.
That is why there was a medieval practice that carried on into modern times of biting gold that was handed to you because you needed to make sure it wasn't fucking fairy gold, because the fairies would just hand you something that sort of looked like it.
Fairy gold.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a damn Dermy joke. You guys keep leading me to make Dermy jokes.
And yet you brought him up.
You still said it.
2 hours, 17 minutes, and we hadn't had
fairy gold. He said fairy gold. Where did you think I was gonna go with that?
Could have went to Dom, but
or yourself. I don't know.
Wow. Everybody's gay all of a sudden.
not everybody.
It's like there's a pill.
All of a sudden.
Everyone in our group is fucking gay. Every single yeah, you have a waifu or whatever the fuck. You're lesbian as hell.
I'm a woman.
You are a fucking scissoring lesbian.
Are you one of those strong women but don't know?
Scissoring.
He's just lonely because Dermy and her hubby got too close.
Dun dun dun.
I felt bad for her.
I feel real.
I'm starting to feel bad for homie. He looks sad now. I feel like somebody's being called out. They got receipts and shit. What happened? We were having fun a second ago. Now I'm having lots of fun.
Fucking scissoring.
But yeah. So I don't know if we have solved anything or averted any crisis here, but we've certainly allowed me to air my frustrations.
And that's what really matters.
Yeah, isn't that what this show's really about?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's called, screaming into the void for a reason.
Yes, it is. We don't solve shit, but we do talk ad nauseum about it, whether we know what we're talking about or not, and that's fine.
That's Sam's favorite $5 word, by the way.
Oh, which one?
Ad nauseum.
Yeah,
At least once a
words.
week.
I like 2 words.
He also says "fun fact" a lot, and he also says "it is what it is" a lot too. So.
Yeah, that one I'm trying to curb.
It is what it is.
Well, does he just sometimes go, fun fact, it is what it is? And you're like, what the fuck was he talking about?
There was my.
What's up?
I haven't yet crossed that boundary, but now that you bring it up, I'm definitely going to make a point of doing so in the future.
It is what it is.
We're going to vacation across that boundary.
Ben T is asking, is gal magically delicious? I don't know.
Something like sour apple.
Depends on how much fruit she's had that week.
That's quite the question.
It takes longer than a week.
Oh,
it's a month at
months.
minimum. Yes, for dudes and chicks.
Fruit is good.
Yeah.
What, it tastes magically delicious?
Especially pineapple.
So if you eat
fruit,
your significant other's favorite fruit for a month,
oh, it
you'll
has to
enjoy
be
the
their
taste.
favorite. It's not just fruit.
Doesn't have to be. It can be fruit in general.
What if you're
but-
covered in chocolate, gal?
I'm not gonna lie. I do eat an awful lot of strawberries.
That could mean multiple things,
Like,
Lawrence.
I eat a
I'm magically delicious.
strawberries.
Yeah, as long as they don't eat a lot of asparagus, it'll be fine.
Now, Lawrence, you're naturally delicious, I believe.
Thank you. Naturally delicious.
Yes.
That here she's not.
They weren't talking about me, Squatch.
Now who are we tasting? Which one of you freaks is into it? Yeah, I knew it was going to be you, bud. We'll call later.
Yeah. Eat your favorite foods, folks. Let them ferment.
Yeah. Black licorice it is.
Yeah.
I like black licorice, so I don't.
So, killer robots.
Yep.
Yep.
No
Yeah,
souls,
back to that
toasters,
topic. So
light,
sandwiches.
death. Yeah.
I want to kill a robot to make me a sandwich now.
See, that's how they get you.
This is
They show up with the sex and the sandwich, and then you're dead. You didn't even know it was coming because you were having sex and eating a sandwich.
It's an interesting double entendre too.
This is the way that the world ends, folks. Not with a
Right?
bang, but with a sandwich.
With, you know, one final thrust.
As it should.
That better be a short, bro.
It very
You
well.
don't
may
do it,
end.
I will.
That was written on missing pages from the Bible. In the
Yeah.
sandwich.
It's I'm pretty sure it was T.S. Eliot actually, but
Don't give him the credit.
so
T.S. Eliot, some random person on the internet, it's all the same thing.
right.
Could have been Heinlein.
So I think we've kind of come to a natural place to
yes,
stop
sir.
talking about gal's
Yes, we
vagina.
did come to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
Dude, I bit that one back, but you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's our show.
There you go. We just finished.
Yeah, we are going to come to an end here. This has been an interesting show.
Maybe we shouldn't shit on this particular one. Somehow I feel like things are going to get taken down.
Gal's gone. We've lost her. She's
she's got
I'm a fucking child. That's why.
right.
Yeah, it's a natural.
Go ahead,
stopping
Sam.
point.
Finish.
Yep. This is a natural stopping point. So we're gonna start shilling our shit. I'm gonna start with static at the bottom there. God, I'm choking on laughter.
Good girl. That's right. Choke for me. Just choke some more. Told you, but y'all don't get us. I'm into this shit, man. I'm half aroused.
Oh. Anyhow, static.
That's right. Breathe,
On
baby.
the internet.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Anytime you're talking robots, if I'm available, I'll definitely be here. Yeah, go check out my channel, Static 2020. We've got Monday Night Bloodbath on Monday, where we're going to be looking at all sorts of JD Vance memes and some other random stuff that I've grabbed. And then we got Weekend Pregame, where we might talk about if woke is dead, because there's a lot of conservatives out there trying to claim that. So we'll see how the week goes with the news.
It depends on how successful Gamergate
surrender,
is.
never give up.
It's beyond.
Never give up. Never surrender.
All right. Hey, what do you got coming up?
Hate you all equally.
As usual, you'll catch me on Tumby's channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays for game streams. Wednesday for our regular Hump Day Chinwag. And aside from that, you'll catch me on Beelzebub. And Anime After Dark on Saturday evening. And then back here.
Like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
Awesome sauce. Shock, what do you got?
Dazzle you. Jeez. Nothing,
There he
just
goes with his AI voice.
What a dazzle me, master. And a few, I guess we're playing Among Us with Ballbusters Gaming still.
Yeah, that just started.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I'll be live in 5 minutes. We're gonna play some Among Us and then Bloodbath Monday. And then I'm really obsessed with fucking Half Sword. That game is so much fun. I've been streaming it. It's free. It's super fun. It's called Half Sword, and it's like the mouse is your sword, and you have to like angle the sword and play it. It's so much fun.
It really needs a different name. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds kind
Do you know what a half sword is? It's an actual fucking German style of fighting.
It's chubby.
No, because you can actually half the sword with two hands, like an actual swordsman.
You mean a pork sword?
You're gay.
By the way, guys, you get real sensitive if you make fun of this game. So
you're gay.
No, you Uno reverse card.
Oh man.
Thanks for having me, Samuel. Had fun.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, brother. Sasquatch, what do you got coming up?
Oh, am I the one? Okay, finally, I'm the one. I get the shield. Give me money. No, that's not what we're doing here. Tomorrow, I have Captain Curmudgeon's The Blast Radius. We're doing the golden age of civilization. Apparently, the West isn't falling. It's now the Pax Americana or something. I don't know, man. We kind of laugh at the news because it's hilarious. Trump makes that so easy. It's great, dude. It's like he just writes our content for us. It's so amazing. Then Tuesday I have the Naughty Corner, which we look at generally cops or people doing stupid things and getting in trouble or whatever. They belong in the Naughty Corner. So we look at them, we point, and we laugh. It usually involves like interrogations, various suspects, police cam videos, stuff like that. You know, and I don't have anything else planned. Sam, who's next?
No.
Wait, Squat, aren't you gonna tell us about your new business venture?
Do I have one? Is it the
you tell me? I came across it at Walmart earlier.
It's the foreskins, right?
Isn't that you?
Oh no. I purchased Dr. Squatch products. I have not yet gotten a sponsor, but as soon as I hit that 10K mark, they're getting an email.
Isn't Cindy Sweeney doing commercials now?
Made for me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make my own scent.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna smell like cheap hookers.
Speaking of cheap hookers, Larry, what do you got?
I had something, but I'm not gonna say it. So you guys can see me tonight in the damn. I really want to say it, but I'm not gonna say it. Anyway,
you're gonna live stream a sandwich.
No, I'm moderating tonight on
if it's roast beef
channel, and of course I'll be on Abyssal Musings next week. And in the midst of that, I am working on content for my channel, which I will be releasing shortly. That's it.
Sweet.
Then what happens? Oh, Sam's internet's gone in a bucket.
Yes, that's my time to say, yeah, follow me on all the socials and shit.
I'm back.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes, do that.
Unfortunately.
I mean, it smelled better for a second.
It did.
Little less fishy.
Yeah, show your shit.
That's the part I like.
Every Wednesday, Cooking the Books, where I take the book list, collecting dust in the corner, read it to you, so you don't have to, because nobody's got time for that. So I made time. Otherwise, I'm on.
What are you doing here?
I practice it sometimes.
My
like,
name's
when
Granny
I-
Anti-Level, and you're watching Disney Channel.
I would have punch in the face when I see you. All right, there's
That's a
that.
little disturbing, dude.
I was a kid when I watched that. It was great.
You're dead to
Oh
me.
wow.
We are reading
My name's
Frankenstein.
Hammer.
Would you shut the fuck up?
You tell him.
Exert your power, gal. Stare me in the face when you exert your power. Exert it
Do
now.
that shit.
Yeah.
Spank him and call him Toby.
No.
Pour chocolate over him and call him Toby. There you go. So you won't get in trouble.
No.
Yeah.
No. Just no to all those things.
You
But
would be
yeah.
really controversial. Change his name to Kunta.
Kunta Kitty?
Whatever you want.
Coon cat.
He's a kitty cat.
I mean, we could just anglicize it and call him Cunty.
That's true.
That's just rude.
But anyway, we'll be continuing Frankenstein this Wednesday. Unfortunately, I had to cancel last Wednesday, but that's what we're reading for now. And then you can find me on Static's channel on the weekend pregame, as well as Dermy Wormy's channel on Fridays and here on Saturdays.
Dermy's little wormy.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't.
I still got that photo of you bending Dermy over.
Hold on. I'm aroused already. You don't have to go any further.
There's
it was great. It was great, Sasquatch. She was drilling him hard on him on some street.
Larry,
Balls?
I'm telling you, a worse one surfaced last night with Ryan Kinnell doing that to Dermy.
Oh, jeez.
I saw that one too, but I still like gals better.
Well, that's because that's a little less gay, even though he's being pegged by a woman.
Yeah, and Gal had a drill dough
You
as well.
can't call him an incel anymore at that point.
We
He's
never
an
did call him an incel.
involuntary
We just called him a
sexual.
fag.
No, he's an incel.
I think there's an argument to be made about being pegged by a woman is more gay.
Hold on.
I mean,
well, tune in next week, folks.
Yeah. It's another topic.
Definitely
Oh, wait,
come back
are we
next
gonna
week for more of this crap. Devil,
I
what
can
do you
tell
got?
Devil, what do you got besides damned souls?
Check out Beelzebub every Friday going into Saturday, and then I'll be over on everyone else's channel. I do Abyssal Musings, weekend pregame, Mellow Monday. Just look for me. You'll
You
find
know,
me.
it's been a while since we've had Deadpan Devil.
I'm still waiting for butt
Did you
naked.
miss
That
it?
voice.
No, he got his.
No. I'm just saying, like, you're not upbeat. Like older.
That's where his
time
coolness
Devil.
comes from. He's too
Never
cool
been
for
a
that.
You've gotten better.
But
And then-
let's get him drunk so that we can get butt naked Devil live on air.
All
Oh,
right.
good lord.
Why do you want to see that?
When did that happen?
Why
Well,
not?
he didn't say again. He just said that. he
Why
wanted-
not?
Yeah.
All right. So, how much do we have to pay to get this party started?
And that
Why do
is
you
my
wanna
word
see
of
it?
leave.
About $5
subs.
5 subs. Don't test me.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So
By
an
the way,
Eskimo-
everybody go sub the Devil's channel. It's Beelzebub. It's in the description below, both here and on Sasquatch's channel. Definitely do that. Get him up there.
Yeah, get him up there, Sam said.
God,
Stroke it. Use the shaft.
I
Get
used to
it
call
up there.
by surprise.
real
Getting up
hard,
there is
like
hardly the
Gal
worst thing
did.
I've ever said.
yeah, that's true.
So anyhow, as for myself, you find me here every Saturday with this show, Screaming Into the Void. I also do a show on Fridays with my buddy and partner there, Lawrence Knight, called Abyssal Musings. Same channel.
Platonic.
in between the two, you can usually find me over on Devil's channel for Beelzehub. I just got that mixed up. It's Beelzepub. It's on Beelzehub. Again,
Beelzehub, Beelzebub starring the butt naked demon devil himself.
There is a clip of him getting railed on the Senate floor, but that aside,
and he'll
show that clip on
for $1
all
million.
my gaming
that was good
Oh,
work,
thank you.
sir.
I appreciate
very
that
good
talk.
work.
I love it.
That aside, you can usually also find me over on Mellow Mondays on Adam the Renaissance Nerds channel every Monday, work permitting, and as well as Lawrence Knight helping out over on Exiled Lioness 2, which will be over there tonight. Otherwise, thank you guys for coming. Thanks everybody on the panel. I will be adding Shock's links to the description below. I haven't done that yet because I'm a lazy son of a bitch, and I too was distracted by video game playing earlier. So
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I'm going to. Otherwise, everybody else that you see here is their links are in the description below. So definitely go check all of them out. Thank you all for coming. Thank everybody on the panel for hanging out, having a great time, and everybody in chat for putting up with us and riding along this bit of a roller coaster here. All that said, remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras.
The back door is for
Good night, everybody.
Color TV.